gain some of that confidence, but he cannot fall back into that trap where he's not going to be helping out Exertion in that department. If he's going to play as passive as he did in the group stage, they're going to lose just like they did against Spirit in the group stage.
And I think the other angle to Torji is it's actually pretty critical that he gets into the flow of the game and has some success. He is that kind of, he's the most vocal guy they've got to start rounds out. And if he's not feeling the game, or if he's having a bad time and kind of loses that mentality, they lose that voice to start rounds. And he's been such a general for them next to Brolin.
I think no matter how passive Torji is, the guy on the other side is going to be more passive. But more importantly, he's the heart and soul of the team, right? And we've seen it so many times and heard it from the check-ins. Like, he's trying to hype everyone up. He's trying to keep the team believing when they're behind. And yesterday he did it, you know, leading by example on the server. That saved AK round where he gets a triple entry. I mean, it seemed like Mirage was going to spiral out of control and they're going to get stomped on their own map pick. But it was that round that really got everyone back. They went to win the rest of the rounds in the first half, and then were able to close it out in the second.
Can we just dive into the emotional angle just for a second? Because that towards the interview up on stage yesterday, just the complete antithesis of what we saw going down in Austin, where he was quite literally in tears after losing to Vitality. I felt like he'd won the whole tournament with that reaction.
I know, but Freya, that's the trap I'm talking about right there. You've fallen into it. The rest of the team can't do it. You are allowed to. The players actually can't, but you're right. I mean, that is the emotional outpour that, like, after that, because Vitality had to be at the top of their list.
I've got two friends, two very, very noteworthy competitors here from the side of Mouse. I've got Torzy and Exertion, and obviously a big matchup with Spirit in front of them today. So let's just address the elephant in the room. You guys beat Vitality yesterday. Did you know that?
Yeah, we did. I mean, it felt really good. You know, I think we smacked them, to be honest. It felt amazing, but this is what matters the most today. So, yeah, eyes on the prize.
And you're definitely aware that you guys beat Vitality yesterday. Tell me about the eyes on the prize today.
Well, yeah, we did beat Vitality yesterday. Maybe it was unexpected for other people outside, but we worked really hard for this moment. We lost to them 7 times, so we learned from each time, and we finally did it. But we talked yesterday that it would be worth nothing if we don't win today. So for us, that's the most important game today, and yeah, hopefully we take it.
Yeah, and I kind of get that vibe from you guys, is that in this moment, it is business. Like, you know, you can't celebrate too early. Right here today, you've got Spirit in front of you with a guy that can peak and never miss. So tell me, how do you have a response for some sort of the randomness that can throw into the game?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't think we have anything special versus Donk. I think in general, we play a really good team Counter-Strike, and we usually play pretty good versus Spirit and like these superstar teams, I would say. So I think we will just do our regular stuff, and we maybe have some stuff in our pockets that we will want to use, but I don't think we have anything special.
Yeah.
I was wondering what you had in your pockets, if there was anything special, or if you had to use a lot of that yesterday, perhaps.
No, we always cook new stuff. I think that Donk is obviously a machine. Also in the group stage, I had a hard time against him. Hopefully today it will be different. You never know. He's a phenom for sure. But as a team, we are definitely more confident than them. They also just made a roster change, so it will be tough for them today. But yeah, we just have to show our A level, and I think that will be enough for us.
Lynx is full of people. Which one of y'all want to talk to him?
Huh? You.
Oh.
So thank you guys for your support, and today let's put on a good show for you guys. I want to hear you guys all the time.
Nice. Now, you got anything nice to add, or what?
Hell yeah, vamos.
Vamos. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
The crowd absolutely love to hear that, but I also love to be getting into the map veto. As we're talking about, this is a best of 5. Is there anywhere where one of the teams could get an advantage in this?
I just love the fact that we most likely are going to see Overpass. It's not guaranteed depending on whether or not Spirit will pick it early into the veto, but Overpass is going to be in the mix. Mirage is no big surprise at all for Mouse. Ancient, no big surprise for Spirit. You have Nuke coming in, and then Overpass as the 4th map in this series, trained to decide it all. I kind of like this map pool, but no big surprise.
Yeah, I think this is how it had to be. I think Mouse actually probably has a slightly bigger advantage on Nuke or Train, but you don't want to start
Mirage, Ancient, Nuke, Overpass, Train.
You know, Train potentially, right? So Mirage is a safer pick in that sense, even though
インフェルノないのか。脱
easily
出も
won
ない
that the
か。
first time around, right? Just starting on which side plays a big part.
最後トレインかよ。
You agree with that, Jason? Or if you were a coach standing up there, would you have gone for something crazy? Would you have started off with overpass?
I do like things get a little bit crazy, but here in this final, I think it's fine starting things out pretty standard with the Mirage pick. I think the Ancient one is going to be really interesting. I think it puts a lot of pressure on Mouse to win their map pick of Mirage, which is close, because Spirit, I think, is going to have a pretty big advantage once we switch over to Ancient. So actually the map pool, I feel like, is front-loaded for Spirit to a certain extent, and the second half is like, let's see what we get.
Well, this is what it all comes down to. One final best of 5 to determine who etches their name in Intel Extreme Masters legacy. This is the grand finals, and it's going down after this.
Where for some, it's about conquering their demons, about the sweet taste of revenge. And for others, it's about absolute destruction.
Yeah, obviously, I'm definitely happier at the moment. They beat us 7 times in a row. It feels good to get some sort of revenge. I think Cologne semi-final is a good one as well. I feel like after this game today, we are ready to win the trophy, and tomorrow will be the most important day yet.
I'm really happy that we go to final in first time with Zeich. It's new player, and we also have a lot of problems. We're already in final, it's really nice. I'm wait to play against. Play against Vitality or Mouse, it's really interesting because we are top 3 teams in the world right now. A lot of clutch situation, a lot of micro situation, macro games, mind games by Apex or me or Bolon.
We know what they do usually. We are prepared really well against them. I think last time I had a really bad off day in the group stage, and I think that they took over. But even though we played our C game, we still pushed them to almost a 2-0 for us. I think we could have easily had the Ancient in our pocket if we didn't throw some rounds. I'm super confident going ahead to the matchup. Of course, they have Donk, which is always exciting to play against. Yeah, I think we're ready to take it down.
これマジで強かったな、ドンク。ナビ戦。強っ。
Cologne Arena is just amazing today. I really enjoyed all the support we got from the crowd. It's so loud. I said in the quarterfinal against Furia, I felt it was a bit quiet, but they really showed today that they are here. For me, it will be the biggest achievement I've had so far in my career to reach a Cologne final. And the best thing I can do is to take the trophy home and help my team do that.
グランドファイナル。決勝や、決勝。あ、そうだ。VC 貼っておかねえと。
Counter-Strike is, for me, the truest expression of skill. If you were to play in Cologne for the biggest stage you possibly could play in Counter-Strike, I just want to be in that moment. I want to be there with my team. I just want to deliver headshot after headshot after headshot. the crowd
これ
roar.
フォレストやな。
Those are the moments I live for. And the whole team needs to be on point. We're talking communication, we're talking aim. But after last year, I definitely think of their determination. G2, strength across the board. FaZe, their endurance. Na'Vi, power. Liquid, precision. Na'Vi 2018, perseverance. SK, the back-to-back Brazilians. Fnatic, dominance. And IP, magic.
Here in the corner, takes him down, turns around for the 180, still 15 bullets left. Fiber clutches it, are you kidding? It's going to be a double, he does it again, and again, and again! Not in this lifetime, he is destroyed.
The cold, but he's on the M4, the spray transfer on the Neo. Stack's trying to find the equalizer, but look at Cole go! You talk about double up, he goes down fourth, he's got an ace in overtime! He's going to go down after the time if he's not careful what this is!
SK ゲーミングとか夏。
In the bomb ticking, this is his environment, this is his dream. Dancing with him, and it just looks so good.
ナビ強えよな、この時の。フェズか。
2025 Grand Finalists, Team Spirit and Mouse! Across histories, only a select few join the greats. The chalice spells legacy, lifted by those with a divine touch, by those who devote their entire lives.
If you have what it takes to be the best, success kind of follows you from like a young star to a veteran. That transition just flashes by your eyes. So many wins, so many losses, so many trophies lifted. Once you realize that the journey is coming to an end, it's a very hard part to come to realization. Hey, 20 years, it's over. But we're a player today, standing on the big stages. I would soak in that moment. I will enjoy it. I will give it my all. Because you don't never know when it's your time to step to the side and let the new ones enter the stage. No regrets.
so much legacy in these very halls, and the Kingslayers, they now enter the cathedral. Now only Spirit remains between them and going where they have never gone before. And I say only, Jacob, it is only the best player of 2024. It's only Donk and his disciples that Mouse have to best if they want any hope of glory tonight.
It's going to be a massive task for Mouse, there's no doubt about it. Winning against Vitality yesterday was a step in the right direction. Getting into this grand final is a massive achievement in itself, but you're right, Freya. In order to hoist the trophy, you have to take down Donk, who currently, according to me, is the best playing player in the entire world. As Yanko said as well, when he's on the server, there's no game that is out of reach for Spirit, and Mouse will have to respect that fact from start to finish.
Yeah, but you said the key words right there is Mouse have to beat Donk. It's supposed to be Mouse have to beat Spirit. And who knows if we're going to get that on the stage today, but Mouse have created this opportunity by taking down Vitality in the semifinals. All they have to do now is go out and seize it. It's right there in front of them. This will be an incredible missed opportunity if they let it slip.
Spirit has played spoiler before. I mean, they came out of nowhere really in Katowice last year, and even at the final event of the year in Shanghai, they weren't really the main favorite for the event, but they just find a way to get it done, to persevere. Their supports find a way to step up, to do just enough to help out Donk. And for Mouse, what better test? You just took down the best team in the world. Now you have to be the best player in the world.
They say if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Gentlemen, where do your predictions lay for this grand final?
I think given what we've seen so far in this tournament, Spirit have been the better playing team. They also faced each other in the group stage, as we already discussed, where Spirit ended up winning a very close series. I think Mouse have been getting better, slowly but surely. The quarterfinal against Freya wasn't pretty. Yesterday against Vitality was much better, but I will say this. Unless Mouse plays the A game today, I have Spirit winning.
It's destined for Mouse. I don't think the rookie is yet ready on Team Spirit. I think Mouse, pushed by the win yesterday against Vitality, win here in the final.
Yeah, I'm taking Mouse as well, 3-1. I don't think they're going to let this one slip. I think Torji and Exertion are ready to take that next step into superstardom. And even if Donk plays like 2 players today, it's not going to be enough to match how deep this Mouse roster goes.
What so many crave, but so few earn the right to call yourself an IEM Cologne champion. Tonight, one will carve their name into the cathedral. It's Spirit versus Mouse.
A grand final on Counter-Strike's greatest stage, where legacies are forged, where legends are made. Tonight, in the Lanxess, we witness greatness. With Vitality out of the running, the floor is open. The odds are even. This is where competition is at its highest.
No one flukes Cologne. Today, we'll have a new champion in this arena. Today, for one of these teams, they'll write their names into the history books. Donk's first foray up on the Lanxess, Mao's German organization with a point to prove. The question has been asked, Cologne!
Mirage.
You ready?
さあ始まった BO5 モーズ対スピリットマップはミラージュ
I mean, there's a lot of history between these two squads, right? And feels like a fitting final matchup for us to close this chapter of Cologne on.
けど完全に B 寄りなんだよなもうスピリット
But they've said this themselves. It would be all for nothing if you only go on to lose in the final. They were one of the first teams to put together how to beat this Spirit squad. So in some senses of the word, maybe a confident matchup for them. Let's see if that follows through in this pistol. It's fast out into the B site. Chopper got players in the right place, and he'll put on a bit of a show himself. Where's Brolin come from? Emerging from the market. He's here to lend a helping hand, and there we go.
See you.
Up for Mouse.
B3 人で守ってもこれな
And the writing was on the wall. Spirit, they read that pistol 3 strong, Donk in the right sight, and that's a big question today, especially on this CT side of Mirage. We saw him getting avoided. We saw him getting deserted in that game against Na'Vi. Donk has to have the right read. Spirit have to put him in the right place. But Mouse take that pistol round. High energy on Mouse, but this is a BO5 that feels like it's going to go the distance. No clear victor. No guarantees. It's a test of managing energy.
No, it very much is. And, you know, one thing you'll look at, if you go and you take a look at the head-to-heads between these squads, they're always, you know, long back and forth games, overtimes in there and the likes. It's never a clean nor easy win in this series.
まともく
I do think we have a bit of a favorite in the Lanksters.
Safe bet. Spirit, they don't care. Donk likes to silence the crowd. Spirit are used to playing the villain. Can Sway, new boy, on his first stage, hold strong.
Not a bad way for this to start, but he won't be able to stop the spillover for long. The pressure of that's going to fall on Azontix, who takes the first kill when it's available. This is Mao's starting to break through this A-hold. And Exertion, always willing to risk it for a little bit more, tries to push. Damage done the other way. Exertion in an uncomfortable spot. Hold on, Spirit on this force buy. They've got Mouse on the ropes.
これはやばいな。やらかしたな。
Toshi and Jimmy can't play together. They're struggling to meet back up in the site here, and even though there's damage connecting, all the kills come through for Team Spirit.
We don't wait long to see that Donk deadly Team Spirit winning that force buy round. They get the stack in the right place. And Mao's immediately humbled, losing the worst round possible. Mao's, it's no question, force required. But hardly a pretty picture with Spirit armed and dangerous. Mouse go back to the B side.
A4 が刺さったんだよな。作戦が刺さってんだよね。
Chopper and Zontix ready to give this up. If the spillover comes in for Mouse, they don't have to live and die on this B position. Tucked in, two players. Mouse waiting that ramp smoke before they do anything. Can Brolin make them panic?
Gonna be hard pressed to do so, but he has that little dribble of util, and so you're hoping that Brolin can at least keep three players here. One of them will be Donk. There's that full exec out in Awards A. And this is Mouse getting ready to pick up the pace on the B site here. They've just moved away from that retake setup. Chopper's actually dedicated himself into the site here. He will get sniffed out. That's the Tech 9 to find it, but the rotates are already arriving. Mouse's plan has not worked. Spirit have not been redirected, and Donk is right where he's supposed to be. Nails that follow-up. Brolin's plan, read like a book. Spirit, do not fall for it.
Donk is just undeniable, making it look nice and easy in the right place every one of these rounds so far. So mobile, given the freedom almost of an AWPer on this CT side on the rifle. For Mouse, it's about consistency across this team. It's about your two stars of Xerxon and Torshi showing up. For Spirit, it's all about Donk, Donk, Donk. Mouse take a breather.
Time to talk this one over, right? We've heard from a lot of players now how stressful it can be going from the walkout straight up onto the stage, getting behind the PC, and you're in. So time to go over these game plans and make sure everything goes according to plan for Maus. They're just going to walk in through this smoke. Chopper is very, very close on the SMG. They find him. There's a follow-up tag on Shiro. This shouldn't get weird. And luckily enough, oh, hold on a second, Jimmy.
You
started rooting for him there, 2 off the Glock. A little bit of chip damage in at the end and a chance to address this coming rifle round for Maus.
Good eco for Maus, but it's all about the gun round. Delayed till number 5 after Spirit's force buy. Torshi going to have to wait for that AWP. Meanwhile, Shiro immediately.
Maus will sorely miss the Torshi AWP, but for Shiro, a chance to go uncontested. Someone whose AWP has been hitting very, very hard. That's a nice opening from Brolin. The captain provides. Donk. Donk who, say Maus?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Not even close. Shiro's AWP. Now 1 kill to try and claw something back, but this shouldn't be enough to go off of for Team Spirit.
展開が早いよ。
They're still walking in. But I don't buy it. I don't believe they want to try this round.
これリテイクいくのこれ。マジ。
It's not even a kit in play, Harry. This one's just damage here for Spirit.
There's a kit right there. Chopper's just showed us. What's he trying?
Hoping the Maus are going hunting. He's not entirely wrong. Brolin is in the B-apps, but still leaves a 2v2 in the bomb site. Shiro should save miss shot. And Maus make it happen. It's a nice connection, but even saving this AWP is but a guarantee. Maus allow it for now, taking their second round with 3 alive, building their own economy as Spirit call a timeout. I'm expecting close maps every way. I'm expecting a long series with overtimes where little details make all the difference.
ここでラウンド取れるっていうのが強いよな。
And reaffirming the game plan here into this next gun round. This is a Spirit who've had to insulate themselves, ignore the noise. A team that came out of nowhere to the top of the game. Trying to reaffirm themselves in a matchup that has not done them well.
Battling for the early stages of Mirage here, and this is Maus' chance to pull themselves up into the lead again. Slow about the mid control, and I mean, you know who you're going to face if this is the real estate you're playing for. Roland, just right now, seeming to take it in his stride, tries another head-to-head versus Donk. And this time, Donk comes out looking better. It's not that 5v4 for Maus. They lose their captain. He's now leading from beyond the grave, and they entirely look to vacate mid.
Spirit immediately changed the setup coming into this round after Brolin's pathing last time. Shiro covering that upper mid cross. Donk having lower. Your 2 firepower pieces here on Spirit controlling the most important part of the map. They get their 5v4, they pull back. Shiro rotates with that AWP. Donk hangs around. Low health, but rarely holds him back. Sway, good timing on that smoke. 40 seconds here. Maus are surrounding him.
A little tidbit of info. The drop down just allows Spinks to be much more aware of what he's running into. He was not prepared for the Shiro AWP. Oh, Sway with a quick position swap. Gets past Jimmy. For Exertion and Torshi, this is a rough round now. They're split up. This smoke down, cutting the site in half. It's not going to be easy for Torshi to try and plant this bomb. Exertion with cover. Oh, there's Shiro to stop it. No plant for Maus, no chance for Exertion.
Wait, whoa, chill.
Shiro gave him a chance, but Exertion had one chance to make
強くね、シロあれ抜くのか。
And it's just going to miss the mark.
Already some chaos showing, right? Both players fighting with 5 seconds left. It's an impossibility to win that round if one survives. Shiro makes sure it happens by the skin of his teeth. Shiro, the epitome of a safe pair of hands, knows how to live, knows how to play out the round to the last second. He survives for Spirit. Mao's forced by up with a couple of guns.
That
was hero gun round, yeah. This is a move you're going to see a lot from Spirit later in the game when they're the ones on this T side.
It's nice for Torshi to come out and support Exertion, who saves his gun. But can they put them in the right place? That window boost a bit awkward. Zontix catches a whiff.
Jimmy does that boost because he has armor as well, so still armed and dangerous here. Goes back for the window fight, and Zontix is just locking down this half of the map. Pulls Donk around with the nade, and he gets there just in time to find Jimmy on the creep out through lower.
They're fearless. Another nade, slam dunk, does deny, spinks anything in this round, and armorless is Brolin. Donk's just going to swing on 10 health. Fearless. It's a matter of time here for Brolin. Spirit make it so. 5-2 lead on the CT side.
That just feels brutal for Maus. In terms of opponents spotted, they saw like 2 guys in the round. But the nades raining in. Zontix on peeks out from window. It proves to be too much. And those guns don't make a dent.
It's just been a good sign across the board here for Spirit, right? It's not just been the Donk show, although he's taking his typical fight. Everyone's getting involved. Sway holding always for one on this A side. Zontix, different positions every time he's the short player. We've seen him under balcony. We've seen him fighting window. Right now, Spirit are hard to read. Can Maus get a grip on it?
Hoping that pause has answers. The thing that's looking and feeling concerning right now for Spirit is it's been a team effort. You've seen games even in the playoffs where Donk had to be the one-man army. We all remember his ace round. 2 kills, plants the bomb, clutches up at 10 HP. Right now it's a very even distribution for Spirit. There's not a weak link in sight. So often it feels like if you can get past Donk, you can get past Spirit. Not looking to be the case in this game.
Leveling up in a grand final, that's what they play for. Spirit, who are no stranger to the stage. Maus only started to break into these trophies on stages this year alone. Exertion up short, overwhelmed by Zontix, who does get traded, but still, Spirit are happy with that. Donk controlling this connector smoke, and Brolin's being very loud about it, but this is all a distraction for the meantime.
Chopper now hears the footsteps. He's going to instantly start calling these rotates if they're required. Chopper, a hell of a lot of damage, and that second man on his way. Shiro playing with confidence here, looking to charge down Torshi on the plant.
Dink is called, and Shiro, who believes in his captain, just runs him down. Wins the round single-handedly with that move. Bomb plant denied. And Jimmy just has to save.
すげえ作戦使ってるように感じるけどな。
Maus have to stem the bleeding, man. This is starting to feel kind of rough. Spirit really in full control over this game. It's been little isolated one-and-done incidences for Maus. All the streaks that belong to Spirit, and that's leaving them in a very powerful position here.
Yeah, I think the fear is, you know, Maus used so much energy taking down Vitality yesterday, and obviously they've been thinking about that for months. That's all they've been trying to do. They finally do it. It takes a masterclass game from both Exertion and Torshi. And then you've got to find more motivation. You've got to level up again in a grand final the day later. against a team, while typically you've had their number this year, Spirit winning in the group stage of this very event. And none of those games being clean, none of them ever being easy for either team when these guys match up.
See what Brolin's preparing here. He's taking some time out to speak to the team back in spawn. He's got a little bounty, a util dropped for himself. Torshi with smokes. Scary that he's throwing the smokes, that he's worried about the A ramp push.
Don't worry, Spirit are playing safe. They're in no interest of giving up this round. Zontic's even pulling back on this B site in time as well to support Chopper. This is the full Mal's roster moving in. The nade is ready, maybe to break the smoke.
These two players in B are going to be looking at short. I'm pretty sure that window smoke has missed. And so both players for Spirit
Ooh.
fixated on the apartments.
Chopper.
Attack Chopper, 4 kills deep.
Ooh. Ace やん。
Worst to life. And a straight run through the apartments. It's a clean finish for Spirit.
And now they're making the easy rounds look even easier. Not a good sign for Mouse on their map pick to start this one off. Second timeout coming in. Cyclone trying to calm the troops down.
めちゃきついな。2
Torshi brings out
本
his
はき
first
ついな。
AWP, and this has to hit. Like we've been setting up, these 2 stars of the show that showed up against Vitality are required to beat down on Spirit. For Exertion, it's been a rough go so far. Some whiffed shots, messy sprays. And Torshi make up with some pinpoint precision.
Torshi really roaming, and he just got a little whiff of Shiro there, seeing the barrel of that orb. Torshi knows this is a tantalizing prospect. He's tunnel visioned right now on the promise of this opener out from spawn.
Careful though. Oh my, he re-peeks back in with the smoke down. He still finds a shot. Double up for Shiro, skewered in the sight. Mouse is dead on arrival.
I mean, we just sat on Torshi's POV for like 20 seconds. You saw how long he was holding that for. The moment he moved off the angle with Spinks coming in, that's when Shiro peaks. And that is peak frustration for Mouse.
The net is closing, flank is in, and might not be required as Spirit come gallivanting for the kills. 5 alive, brutal scenes. Shiro 11 and 2. Chopper alongside him. We're even seeing Zway look more comfortable as well, willing to take fights, not sit back on his laurels. A player who every game he's played after Spirit says, yes, it was good, but I could have done more. I could have played better. I haven't showed myself just yet.
マジでアウト外さねえな。
is the perfect place to do it. Magic's would have.
Just left clutching at straws. I mean, this is running the risk of being their slowest starts in all the playoffs thus far. Posted a similar scoreline in that semi-final versus Vitality, but they went on to kind of return to form in that. They gave themselves enough room. The big worry is that 2 rounds simply isn't enough. They need some degree of purchase here. They're hoping Spinks with a hero Galil, another one of these kind of cobbled together buys, will be enough to break through the Spirit ranks. This is a game where Chopper and Shiro are the ones topping the charts. And that's not an indictment of anyone else. Donk 8 and 3, far from problematic. Zontix being a nuisance, and feels like you're always meeting him in a different position for someone who's supposed to be finding themselves over towards this B site.
Could the window boost to be the way in? You've got to get past Donk. The first piece of the puzzle, Zontix forces that kill. And Mouse are just getting strung out, slowed down in middle, waiting for something to come to them. Nothing is but death.
No, they haven't had the initiative in this game. That has very much belonged to Team Spirit. trying to claw it away with the pistols, but
Tsuyo.
hope in hell's way. Quick swivel.
The pace has just been underwhelming for Mouse, right? They've had no go-get-em attitude. They've not done any fast splits, no quick executes. Couple of times going towards B, even in weakest setups. Chopper's holding his own for a multi-kill every single time. Mouse needs some energy, needs to be reignited on this T side. Because right now, Spirit are just saying, thank you for taking down Vitality. We'll meet you there. A Spirit who, oh, not again.
They've missed that now a couple of times.
It's disastrous. It might cost you. Lucky to be living. Not for long.
Tsuye.
But when has that ever stopped him?
Anymore.
That's the thing. He's 2 kills deep already, but he doesn't feel the pressure to overextend. Doesn't feel the pressure to have to keep taking these fights in mid. And the rest of his team are playing a damn good game. Don could just ease back into this 4-on-2. He's done the hard work on the round.
This is where your closers should be reliable. Shiro should be able to shut this down. Sway still unwavering in the bomb site. And sure, Mouse get the bomb. They get to reset off of middle, but is that really a means to an end? Their end, perhaps. Spirit waits for even a warning sign on this A site.
Mouse kind of already know they're not going to get an overplay here. They're going to have to go and seek their fortune. And there's Sphinx in the feed. Jimmy out next and dead at the hands of the Shiro Orb. This is Spirit setting a very worrying precedent to open this grand final. Smouse's pick and Mirage, and it's not going swimmingly. Runaway success for Spirit as they lock in double digits on the half.
やっぱセカンド取られたのが痛いね。
They look like they can go on forever. And it's only the first map.
My brain feels like scrambled eggs after that marathon. Seriously, how do you recover from this?
I don't know, man. Looks like a long run. We need a quick reset.
Hey, cheer up, boys. It's only a best of 5. Refuel yourself.
The best feeling watching him live out his dream.
Kita udah nunjukin kalau ladies itu juga tetap bisa bersaing di scene cowok.
It's this pressure that you have on you that if you don't win, you lose your job.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup. For the first time, Malaysia!
Nothing is granted, everything is earned.
Oh, that was so saucy.
So creamy.
You were talking about the clutch, right?
Yeah.
You? Yeah, I guess.
Spirit arrive into this grand final with a point to prove. 10-2 up. One of the only criticisms you've ever looked to levy against Team Spirit, the lack of support around Donk. Well, here they are all hitting hard. They are all playing lights out. For Mouse, this is the slowest start they've had yet in the playoffs. To say it's going to be an uphill battle to try and recover on their pick of Mirage is an understatement. It's going to start right away in this pistol round.
Yeah, looking scared, looking timid for Mouse, a team that took down the world's best yesterday, comes in quiet and cold to their map pick. Pistol or bust here. Spirit with an execute. They love this A site in this opening round. Smokes land fast and Xertion's pushed out. It's going to have to be a retake for Mouse.
Not the way you wanted it to go, but a contingency you were certainly prepared for. Retake setup, util aplenty. Kit for Brolin, but an immediate dink done on a Torshi. That's a nice nade kill.
Bomb denied. Back again. Ooh, they changed the spot. Back in spawn. More dinks land for Spirit. Damage done.
What they planted for, you wonder if they're going to try and set Donk up to fight for this CT control. He's got Zwei here to back him up. They end up kind of tagging each other and strung out in no man's land. Mouse looking for that first step in the marathon comeback. The pistol round, the first requirement, and they haven't fallen down. Defuse held, round secured, and a lifeline has just presented itself to Mouse.
Back to shore on this CT side, and sure, we've seen a lot of comebacks in this tournament. Some one-sided halves close up very quickly, but nothing's guaranteed till you get Spirit on eco. This force is coming in. Mouse can use the crowd's energy. Spirit drown it out. A cold and unwavering machine. Uninterested in what the people want.
Now, you know when it's a Spirit force buy, you can never get too ahead of yourselves. Interesting note, it's Zwei with the Galil.
Donk doesn't take less than an AK.
Man, high standards, and fair enough. Gonna try and get it done with the Deeg. Spirit is setting their size on the A-bomb site once again.
M4 が4人か。
Will be under the microscope. He's got Exertion nearby. Torshi just moving around at the perfect moment. Brolin putting his pieces in order.
Retake will be uncomfortable with no utility for Mouse. They've got to thin the herd early. They need these couple of opening kills.
Moved everyone around to the right place at the right time has Brolin. And he's got the shots to back it up. They will start to spill over, but that damage you were looking for, that's been done. Zontix and Chopper both low, both wounded, and has Exertion high in there. Stairs smoke, that was supposed to be the Mouse's advantage.
Oh dear.
The rest of Mouse move in and will make up for it. They recover that. No weirdness. No Spirit force by win.
カバーが早い。
Torshi 3K sets him up for an AWP very soon here for Mouse. It's a good sign if they're going to believe in the comeback on their map pick. Close but no cigar here for Team Spirit. A team that would love to make this clean. Blown out of Katowice final against Vitality. Spirit aren't here for a competitive game. They're here to make a statement. They're here to do what was done to them. For that, we've got to wait one more round. Mao's do the housekeeping.
I mean, look, this is the first streak of rounds that Mao's have been able to embark upon in this game yet. You didn't fall down to Spirit's secret weapon of those 4 spies. Maybe the worst kept secret. You stood the test of time there. And so now you face them in the rifle round. You're going to have a Shiro AWP to worry about. You've got everything Spirit could possibly need. It's a bit of a bonus for Mao's. MP9 on Brolin. No AWP for Torshi either, and so maybe an aggressive move made here as Exertion jumps out through the window. He wants to be involved right off the top of this round. Could have matched up with Donk, who lurks in through lower tunnels, but Exertion just dodges him.
Yeah, at times these T-side rounds for Spirit have felt very slowly. On maps like Nuke, we saw it yesterday, not making quick moves, arguably waiting far too long to get going. And so to make a statement in this first round would be very important. Don coming out under pretty early. Spirit walked through the smokes. Mal's preemptive with the util. It's not too bad. It's going to leave Donk on a lurk. Not typically where he's found. Trying to backstab Mal.
I mean, dude, the way this round is playing speaks to the familiarity between these squads, right? It's a trade of positions at these perfect timings. Mal's with a solid understanding of the tempo Spirit like to play at. Spirit knowing these aggression routes, these paths that Mal's look for to open up. Are they ready for a double setup in at the ramp? That's about the best start you could have hoped for.
Oh, wow.
Goes fishing for a little bit more. Torshi has to stand up though. He's now the only guy left over here today, and that's because Donk's got on this tear through the back. Torshi, work cut out.
強っ。待って。ドンクやば。こいつやべえ、マジでやべえ。せっかくランプで抑えたのに、いつの間にかミッド側やられてんだけど。
Holds the MVP, the highest rated MVP for both Katowice and the Major. He looks to add Cologne into that book. He looks for the trinity of trophies in Cologne, Kato, and a Major. 2 out of 3 in less than 2 years on the scene. Donk's undeniable.
いや、強え、こい
And
つ。
he delivers Spirit that knockout round.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about how it's felt like a real team effort for Team Spirit. It's nice to know Donk can still do that. Just take control of a round single-handedly.
Even when things go so wrong, that push on ramp with the MP9, finding a double kill. Mouse leaves Spirit in limbo, and Donk just ducks under it. Triple kill on the flank. That's what we came to see today. Mouse, eyes on middle.
Both teams know these mid-fights will be available if they go looking for them. And up until now, Mouse haven't minded leaving this part of the map a little more empty. We're going to see a change here. Exertion, 5 and 13, having a real rough go at it to open up this grand final. He's been instrumental in these Mouse victories. You want him and Sphinx to put the squeeze on mid, put the hurt on Team Spirit. They've lost Jimmy out through the apartments. And so all 3 players trying to leave the connector for this retake. They get past Zontix. But this is the comeback or the hope of it. This is the lifeline. Being grabbed by Team Spirit. And if they can pull it away here, there's nothing left in the tank for Mouse on their opening pick of Mirage. Op shot for Shiro sails past as well.
のポジションは完璧やな。
Spirit jersey waiting back in market, waiting for his time to strike is caught out. That's where Shiro has to show him how the
Overcooked. And Torshi, just a sigh of relief. There's no celebration for Mouse. No
これはちょっと見たことないな。
He misses his shot, and it's the fire that engulfs Team Spirit.
Who let Shiro cook?
Burned.
料理されたか。
That's no CT molly, I'll tell you that. Rough one to lose. Will it mean anything? Will it matter in the long haul? Because if I'm going off of history between these teams, that's the exact kind of round that would break Mao's back in and make this a competitive game once again.
I mean, this late in the game, this is kind of the swing round to end all swing rounds. Both teams are all in. So the winner of this takes a 2-for-1 for Spirit. That could be the end of Mirage. For Mao's, it's the promise, it's the hope that they can save themselves on Mirage. This time Spirit looking a little more decisive in their opening setup. They've got 4 players over in the apartments, and you can see that Chopper, after throwing that mid-utils, move back around to join, and this is a B play, and Mao's ready for that. This is a real change of pace coming their way. Spinks gonna hold the line. Oh, and there's the double. Lone player left with a piece of that trophy to defend.
Also's come in very quiet alongside Exertion, but that's a huge double kill. Stopping the tip of the spear into that B-bomb site in that important round you set up. That round that opens the game back for Mao's.
ミスだな。
A miss smoke, and so Mao's don't lose any info. They sit back, they wait to finish what Spink started.
すげえとこ。あ、これいいね、やっぱり。昔からあるけど。懐かしいな、なんかこう。
Boost and then having Jimmy play in this like long angle. There's no way you're getting into B. Even though the bomb's making its way around now, Zontic still looks curious to give something a try here. Oh, he's gonna fall on the cross. I think they were just saving. I don't even think they wanted to play that round.
That was done. Couldn't find his kill into the B site. Can't find his escape either. Mao's trapped Spirit in that coffin. 7 rounds with 5 alive. Now there's a shot.
It's a huge pickup. And what a time for Spinks to get activated, right? It's been him and Exertion kind of having this rough, rocky start for Mao's. But putting up 2, and it's Donk that he stops first on that sprint out through the apartments.
Let's go, Mo! Let's go, Mo! Let's go, Mo! Let's go!
5 alive round, no less. And heading into that last one, it was both teams with money on the line. A 2-man save for Spirit means they cobble another buy together. You've seen this eagerness to always bring something into the round. It's what Donk in this team kind of enables you to do, to remain competitive, even when you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for a buy.
This is no longer what Spirit wanted. A nice, quick, easy beginning to this VO5 final. Reality sets in. They're going to have to work for even this map. While they've done it once before, this is still a grudge match. This is still a game Spirit are looking for revenge. After that Austin quarterfinal, denying them yet another run in a major. Spirit search for that silverware, that chalice, the only trophy that eludes them. Last year, this team went out in last place at Cologne. Quite the return to form. 30 seconds here. Spirit setting their sights on B.
Oh, it's an awkward spray for Jimmy. Not the start he wanted. Spinks has been asked for again to multi-kill, but it's Chopper's luck. Oh, God, in through the back line. He's deleted Torshi on this rotate.
You can't rotate here.
And now they're trapped. There's a reason they call this the murder hole, and Chopper might have to teach them a lesson. Roland trying to come up with a way to get through. Angles the molly around that corner. Chopper.
Still slows him down.
It's wasted a lot of time. Donk's been put up on this boost, and Shiro watching on from the car. Mao's having to make their mind up. Do they want to give this a go, or did Chopper just waste so much time they can't even consider it?
That's a shocking save for Mao's. I at least thought they'd give it a go. Try and go fast back through market together, but
いや、チョッパーやらしいで、窓からよくそこ行ったの、シンティンの。
graduate to 12. Chopper looking like a star player right now.
さあ、
In defensive
マッチポイ
B,
ント。
putting up round after round. And here on the T side, demanding a window boost. And the results speak for themselves. Entries into B, capitalized upon. Spirit hold map point on Mao's pick.
持ってねえな、LG パッド。
They're loving that.
Yeah. Nice for Zwei as well to see his veteran captain withstanding the pressures that come with a grand final and playing some of his best CS yet.
I mean, we have a series with two very strong individuals. For Brolin, it was a rifler that we didn't even know wanted to in-game lead, switch to this role, have to jig things around on the T side, but still looking like he can hold his own as an individual. For Chopper, he's a player who's been at the top of Counter-Strike for such a long time, across multiple rosters, making major runs with rookies, and still showing off his individual form.
This is Spirit hunting for the W. Spirit looking for the win. And even though it becomes a bit more labored than that initial 10-2 scoreline, still yet to have had that moment where Mao's felt truly in this opening map.
That was their chance, right? Breaking the money of Spirit. That was meant to be the way in for Mao's. Immediately responded by a force buy. Spirit's aggressive purchase sets them up. And a scoreboard I've just never seen for Spirit. A full team game. No weak link in sight. Everyone holding their own. Donk 1 kill above the rest. And Zwei been reliable in his positions while 11 and 11. There's nothing to hate right now about this Spirit second half.
Playing this very slow, asphyxiating style as well, where only every now and again do they throw in these very jarring pace changes, then they'll go back into these slow, creeping rounds. Mao's are full of uncertainty. They don't have a huge degree of confidence on this.
マジでチョッパーこういう動き多いな。
Continues to chip away at it. Jimmy's tried and failed in some of these B holds. That guy's just been triple holding, but he's still back there. I mean, they certainly think this is clear. What a check from Donk. Why would he be looking there?
マジで強えこい
Three
つ。
Molotovs to flush out Jimmy. And he still gets cleared. He thought he had the element of surprise. He thought maybe he could be the golden ticket, but no. Spirit have swarmed over Mao's on Mirage. And Spigs knows it's over. Spirit punishing win to open up this grand final. And they're doing it as a team. Chopper is savoring this moment. He played like a beast. It's lights out from Spirit
チョッ
to
パーの
open
ワ
up
ー
the
ファーストキ
final.
ルが
Next to every cathedral is a graveyard. Mao's is Mirage, buried 6 feet under.
One short.
One short.
Flash!
He's
Hold
one
flash!
short, one backside. 3B.
Hold
Got
backside.
Short to top door. Short and backside. Backside and backside and rocket. Rocket. Backside as well.
I'm holding backside, Jimmy.
3, 2, 1, go.
Backside. Rocket.
Nice.
2v1.
Kitchen door, no?
You can peek on me.
You can load it.
Yeah, I'm ready to speak on you.
I think it's some kitchen door, not sure.
Nice!
Nice! That's it right now. One window spamming. Go down, man. I'm on it.
Let's go out now.
Ticket. Let's take it. Let's take it. Coming, picking down. CT as well. Both.
Be close.
They will come CT. Fall back. Let's shoot be all 5 guys. Bomb dead. One more stairs. But let's shoot. I go back.
Yeah, we are thinking.
I'm dink, Lotan. You went back from stairs. But let's wait for close, okay?
But I'm 3 first. Yeah, 3.
I have a flash. Going.
Two up.
Robs and outs. Rob. I'm chilling. Triple on Tetris.
Sandwich. Oh, kill sandwich. Nice.
Palas. Yeah, I'll take the smoke.
Nice.
An unholy spirit in the cathedral tonight as they absolutely storm their way through Mouse's map pick. Pretty much every single individual on the side of spirits showing up. And on the other side of things, Jason, I think your fears, they might just be true. Is this Mouse already out of gas because of the celebrations of beating Vitality yesterday?
Man, I think that first half was maybe some of the most timid I've seen Mouse play this whole event. I mean, I guess maybe you can scrape together something positive from the second half, the little mini comeback, but yeah, this they opened up very flat, very low energy. I think the concept of them being the deeper team in this match, this map at least, went away. Everyone from Spirit firing on all cylinders. Everyone contributed something. More people had opening attempts on the Spirit side of things. Mouse just, I don't know what happened. That was not the Mouse that I expected to see when they stepped onto the stage.
They exercised some demons yesterday, but a new one entered the stage today, and it's a big one. It's Donk, right? And I think we talked about also how Spirit finds a way in some of these grand finals. Donk is going to be their best player always and forever, right? Yes. But it's the support cast finds ways to have impact, and I think we saw that on the CT side from the likes of Chopper at times towards B, from the likes of Zontix towards mid, and very early on playing him towards A to sort of confuse Mouse and maybe put them off kilter.
There was just nothing working out for Mouse on that T side. Everything that worked out yesterday, with Exertion getting an awful lot of opening kills, with Broland finding success in the middle as well, shut down by Donk, shut down by Sontix in the beginning of the game. We said Exertion went 12 for 12 in opening kills yesterday. He went 2 for 8 in this game alone, didn't do anything whatsoever. So yeah, I agree. You know, Donk had a fantastic game. The support Castle Spirit had a fantastic game, but all the things that worked yesterday for Mouse, with Torsi playing well, with Exertion playing well, non-existent in Mirage.
Should we just dive into round number 12?
Also,
I think that perfectly summarizes the hurt that Mouse will put under in that fight.
I feel like it's a great round to showcase the viewers because it's just all falling so flat so quickly. I know at this point, obviously, the first half is already lost by Mouse. The smoke is, you know, not landing. That's not...
Of him and look at Donk do it! Revolting from Donk!
He's dominating on such an insane level that you've never seen from any other player in the history of the game.
Okay, aim right now, Donk.
Donk. Aim. I think Donk. His aim is insane.
Aim, Donk.
They're going to have to overcome a team that has potentially the greatest rookie we have ever seen.
Donk is not of this world. Now crossing the floor, taking down Magic's first. Donk double kill.
Maneuver! How has he pulled that one off? This is the Phenom. This is Donk. This is the player that, despite his tender years, is essentially propelling Spirit to glory.
Shiro, Donk. Sharpshooters, good flashes. Brokey's a dead man, and just like that, Donk delivers.
Try and take this space as quick as you like, and oh my lord.
Done it again. Donk, an opening kill, this time to stop.
What?
Face cloud. right now on the stage. Look at him go!
Taking place. Oh, he is there. Oh my god. A recovery in lobby? I suppose they can't place it. Are you serious? He's out! He's still gonna come for you? Of course he is. It's Donk. He's never seen death. Because he just experienced birth. Oh my god, he just hands it out.
Did you enjoy screaming at the opponent?
Yeah, what? Already, Donk, you know what you're gonna get. He's gonna gun for you top mid. Off the USP, 2 headshots just like that. He's got Zontix to support him. This is what you...
Donk, he's up next, and of course they line up, and of course he sprays him down.
Tell me what it was like on that stage. Did you feel the nerves at all?
Before the game, I was so nervous, like very nervous, but inside the game, all good.
You were looking so dominant. Tell me about how you were preparing when you were walking onto that stage.
Nothing special. I'm just listening my music and just preparing for the match.
Smoke, though. Nice, Jane! Behind this Molotov. Jane clips Chopper's wings.
And sometimes it works out beautifully. This time, no!
Oh no.
Oh my!
強っ。
What the?
Want to sell your skins and get cash instantly? Skinland offers the fastest payouts on the market. Just select the skin you want to sell, choose your withdrawal method, confirm the trade, and you'll have your money in no time. There is also a marketplace with great prices, way cheaper than Steam, and also used by the legend player Fallen. Don't forget to click on the gift icon for a $10 bonus by using my code. Check the link in the description. Oh, there's that shot. It's already in round 7. Oh, and another one. Oh my god. The layup. In an instant. Oh! Get in the crypt. That is what you're up against all night long.
It's climbing up the ladder to heaven. He's trying to get there very speedily, but it's Donk again, and it's just not stopping. You cannot stop Donk.
Donk back in a good position, lines them up. That's 2 more kills. Henry up to a quad. He's up there. Oh! And he just deletes him.
You outfragged everyone here. You had the single best debut of anyone ever in Katowice. Why are you just so much better than everyone else?
I don't know.
You just broke records. You look like the best player. Do you think now, CS2, this is going to be the era of Donk? You can be the best player?
I know. We'll see you later.
We don't know. We will see.
Fall back, disappear into the smoke, pop right back, pistol whip.
強っ。
Okay.
Well, it's taking a kill. Floppy as well. There to help out. Finally, Donk has shown up with the dualies. And that can change the tide of the battle. He's ready, and he will slay every single one of them.
It's 1 kill from Zontix. Donk on the follow-up. Good
いや、
transfer
うますぎ。
back from Donk. That is mechanically brilliant.
Waiting for a chance to swing. And that
いや、これマジでやべえ。これ、エンシェントのランプで2人持ってくのやばすぎる。1人持ってきゃいいのに。
Still moving, he's got another flunk down, but Donk is just unrelenting. After defuse, Castorado ripped apart, and he just laughs, that maniacal laugh.
マジで強え。
Donk, oh, so close. One more bullet, and he had it, but he's got the AK. And Donk, despite everything being thrown out, you cannot stop him, despite the weak weaponry.
おいっす。あ、ミラージュが終わったので来ました。
どうもー。
どうも。
More aggressive than we saw in Mirage. Flashbang coming out from long, but Donks made
強
the
いね、
run
チーム
all
ス
the
ピ
way
リ
to
ッ
the
ト。
kid. And he got no idea.
強いっすね。普通に勝ったっていう。次はエンシェントだったかな。
エンシェント。
モズがあれ、ダスト2版で、スピリットがインフィ版だったかな。
なるほど。ピストルウィンレート高っ。
いやー、強いね。やっぱ白、マジでアウプ外さねえわ、あいつ。
さすが。
We've got a bunch here. We got doner kebab, chicken burritos, sweet and sour, broccoli and cheese and ham, chicken, cheese and croutons.
I think I'm gonna go broccoli and cheese or cheese and ham.
Broccoli and cheese.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scold your hand here. This is the keyboard arm though, right? So we're all right.
If it goes wrong, it's the keyboard hand.
There we go.
まさかバイタリティが負けるとは。
All right, I like it. Look, there's a lot
ね
of debate
朝起きた
about
ら
this, right? And
ま
the
さかの
modern Counter-Strike players, your donks, your
2本
monacies, your
取られて負けるっ
Kiyosukes,
て
they
いう。
look like freaks. Like I watch their VODs of Facer
ま
and
あ、
they
そん
look
ぐら
like
い
absolute animals.
動いてくれない
People
と。
are
まあね。
debating, is Zywoo the new GOAT? Is Simple still the GOAT? Do you think one of these kids who I just mentioned will overtake any of those names? What do you make of the modern breed of the superstar Counter-Strike players?
You know, if one thing that I learned over the last years is that someone is always gonna surpass something that you expect to not be surpassed. Like I won those tournaments 16,
けどやっ
17.
ぱ
Fermila Joe.
ドンクのエントリ
You
ー
guys can only
バカ
dream
強え
of
な、やっぱ。
attempt
マジ
to
で。
have like all the picture and trophies.
ド
You
ン
know?
かな。
1 year later,
久々にスピ
1
リッ
year
ト
and a
の
half later,
試合
Dave
見た
and
けど、
Crew has 4 majors.
マジであ
Like
いつ
they're
のエン
locking
ト
at
リーや
us.
ばいな。
And then we see Simple, like nobody's gonna
入
ever
ってっから
touch
な。
Simple. Zayu kicks in. I know he'd probably surpass now. And then as soon as you see Zayu and Simple, suddenly new kid Donk. This first tournament he played, I don't know if it was Cologne or not. There was Katowice, right? He played a tournament where like, what the hell is this? I have never seen a performance like that. And they
ス
were
ピ
like,
リ
if
ット
this guy
が
can do that
A
all
バ
the
サミ
time,
やってて、ミラー
then
ジュ
there's
で。
no conversation.
C4
So
が
yeah,
A ラ
I
ンプ
think
で、
people are always
A
gonna
ランプ
surpass.
が
Most of the time they're gonna
2
surpass
人
expectations. So
で、
yeah,
挟み、
there's new kids.
裏が、なんだ、コネ
They
ク
might
ターとかが
surpass
3人
him,
だった
but
気がするんだけ
take a
ど、
lot of
で、
work
ドン、
because he's doing a lot
ラ
of
ンプ
work.
にいた
Awesome. All right.
ゾ
Thank
ン
you,
タッ
time
クス
for.
と白が
Thank you, appreciate it, bro.
2人死ん
Thanks,
で
guys.
5対
Thanks for
3
doing
にな
this.
って、そっからドンクが4キル持ってくっていうのがやばかった、あれ。コネクターから一気に4キル持って、C4 ランプに落ちて、キープできるのに一気にコネクターからドンクいって4キルするとやばすぎた、あれ。
Hello, I'm Zway, and I joined Team Spirit in the July of this year. I knew it like 2 weeks before official announce. I think everyone knows that I'm good friends with Donk, and he told me before major that spirits are interesting in me. If they show not best performance on major, they will make changes. 80% that I'm gonna be on team.
Hunter x Hunter が対戦型格闘ゲームとして登場。
飲み物ってきま
3
す。
対3の抽選で勝負だ。ハンターハンター年インパクト好評発売中。ブシロードゲームズ。
I don't think I feel that much pressure because I was already in friendship with Chopper, Shira and Donk, so I'm just joining a new family. I don't think I feel really much pressure.
Spirit set their sights on the silverware. Mauser's map pick passes them by. Looking to repeat their dominant entry to Katowice last year with a 3-0 final, Spirit starts strong. Only Maus can answer the question, how much do they want it?
It's a BO5.
戻りま
It's
し
a
た。
war of attrition, but
はい。
only if you can survive.
あ、
And
始ま
that
ります
fight for survival, well, that's going to start right now. Maus learned the hard way that you can't start slow in the Cologne Grand Final. Spirit are playing with confidence, playing with pace. They're looking like an uplifted team. And so quickly, the moment you've always dreamt of can pass you by. Your dream becomes someone else's reality. The lesson learned remains the same, and that is that Cologne, in all its history, in all...
Was that win v Vitality all for nothing? Spirit coming in hard and fast to this grand final. Point to prove.
Oh, and they might come in with the pace and the pistol too. Looking to embody in this round what they did back on Mirage. It's Donk at the front of the pack. Two players either side of him, a third ready to peek. There's no way
いいやつ
Donk's getting out of this alive! Spirit! They blow the bloody doors off this B site! And Maus have nothing to play for.
Well, we know it's a comfort map for Spirit. We know it's where they do some of their best work. It's a map Maus haven't won in 3 months. Even lost to Spirit in the group stage. It's not a good sign when Don comes through Cave into a triple setup and rids every single one. Spirit know what it's like to be blown out of a BO5 on a stage. Losing to Vitality 3-0 at the dawn of this year, they don't want to let that happen again.
No, I mean, that event really did serve as kind of the wake-up call for this Spirit squad. It might be the home of the best player in Counter-Strike. Vitality were the ones that shook this team up, that shook them to their core in how one-sided that BO5 was. That was where you saw them start to make changes. First, the Shiro's playstyle, getting him a lot more involved and active on the AWP. And then eventually, after a lackluster finish at the Major for a squad that are aiming for trophies, they make the change of removing Magics from this lineup, bringing in Zwei. Donk's hot prospect pick. Another exec into this B site, and once more it's Donk at the front of the pack.
Looking like decisive rounds here for Team Spirit. Maus might just have to throw in the towel immediately.
出たあのロングも
They've got nothing to contend with this
す
B
ごい
control.
ね
Long take.
あれ2箇所の角両方燃えるっていう
やば
They shut the door this time. And Maus are given no runway to take off. Even that bomb plant delayed. None of this matters. The round is
意
already
外とシビアなん
decided.
だよな
よく
Something
決
I'm
め
going to
た
be
な
keeping an eye on here is I kind of want Maus when these guns make their first appearance, or in this force, if they're able to save on all 5 players, I want to see some moves made by them. Go looking for some of this map control, because if they're going to sit back and kind of let Spirit have the runway to run Chopper's vision, I think that's very, very hard to stop them in. And it's something where a lot of teams have been able to kind of get in the way of this Spirit squad, right?
Yeah.
Bring the fight to them early, deny them some of this key control. Now sometimes have a tendency to peter out when that happens if the fights don't come through for Team Spirit.
And Maus can know what to expect here from the Spirit. It's actually quite, in the depot, it's quite weak on the B lane defense on T side. It's just Chopper and Zwei usually working this position. Donk's coming out late out middle. There's definitely gaps
けどあの
available
B セット
to
強
make
そうだ
ramp
な普通
pushes to
に
come through the cave with aggression.
ね
So do Maus have it in them to show the face that they showed yesterday against Vitality? Right now, it is just Zwei open on this B bomb site. Maus got to deal with a push out middle. Donk, fast as ever, forces that first.
This is a good start. There's some of that aggression we wanted, though. Finding a 4v4, dealing with Donk and a lot of damage onto Zontix. This round actually gets kind of scary now for Team Spirit. Sure, they're only up against these pistols, but you're flying blind. That's a very good Molotov to allow Zway. An advantage turning kill, but it's quickly forgotten about. The bait and switch for Brolin. Now he's armed. Now he's dangerous.
Nicole Park can be spammed. Brolin gives it a go. Very close.
惜しい。
But it doesn't
当
cut
たって
it.
ないんだね。
Mouse now have to
いや
get the
ナイス。
retake going pretty quick. Boost over. Thins the herd again. This one's on Chopper.
チョッパー影やなこれ。
He played really well back on Mirage, but it's a very tall
あ、食らったからバレた。
Chopper feeling the pressure. Flicks back over. Can't get a handle on Jimmy in time. Zontix might be very low on health. But he's got the bomb to play around. He hears the footsteps. He's letting Jimmy misplay this. And there's no time left. Zontix.
受け取れない。
A safe pair of hands indeed. And a 7 HP clutch to keep this clean for Team Spirit.
I mean, this guy is ice cold. That's his whole brand.
正直取り直してる時間あったと思うけど。
Disinterested. Sits back and lets Mouse lose the round themselves. You're not going to stick that one with no kit. Nice try for Mouse. Showing a little bit more face in that force buy, but now comes the rifle. Where they can't get swept under by Team Spirit, who are so strong on this map.
Toshi's Orb gonna make an appearance. Running ready to clash in cave. No one wanting to be that first piece to fall. Leaving it down a chance on the spam. Sway looks very interested. Feels like he wants to go back and fight Brolin here. A decision he might come to regret. And this is nice for Mouse. Bit of initiative taken. 5v4, but they're still going to come through with more aggression onto the lane. Zontix waiting for it. Chopper's punished Brolin back in cave. That cancels the aggression down through ramp.
Yeah, they don't want to get sped up on this V-bomb.
CEO.
The exertion just runs into Donk. And caught by surprise, Donk never is.
I mean,
lightning fast.
It's been cut in half now, right? You have no idea. You're flying blind as to middle, as to what's happening on A. The only thing you know about is this collection of players over on the lane, and so Mouse take a gamble. I want to try and face this, and that was a chance for Torshi. It will sail past Donk.
Hexa can come in, but Mouse are fully stacked here. They're going to have to earn this.
Floating around on elbow. But the bomb at the B doors, Spirit feel very committed here.
Are they running out? They're going to
try and go over to A. They're linking up with Shiro. They're leaving this B site. They've dodged the stack with seconds to spare.
Very ballsy call here for Spirit. Looks like it's paying off. Just got to stick that bomb and plenty of cover to make it happen. 4 rounds on this T side. Mouse are calling numbers on B. They know everybody's there, or at least the bulk of Spirit. The goal to make that call to rotate with 20 seconds.
まああんなギリギリにセット来たらな。
And that's why it's a Spirit
揺
home
れは
map.
な。そうだよな。アッパーから速攻でドーナツサイト A サイト入るでしょ。 短時間できるもんな。
One of the things you were hoping to depend upon was your ability to maybe outcall and outmaneuver Team Spirit. You've certainly seen some ugly T-sides from them at this event. But in this final, Chopper's been one step ahead throughout, it's felt like.
Yeah, and it doesn't help. The Mouse also aren't out-shooting Spirit in any regard. Not a single player really matching up with what we got back on Mirage. Your star's silent. Exertion struggling. Torshi's orb is at least saved. It gets to go again. Dong just constantly breaking this mid-smoke with HE, but he's never even facing it. It's just making Mal's fear climbing up heaven. They do it regardless. Mid cleared, Mao's slink back. Exertion calls for the resmoke from B side, and Mao's take control. We're seeing more moves made by Mao's in this round. Right now, they're paying off.
That bomb's still indecisive as to where it's hoping to end up. It looks like they are going to go link up with Chopper here on lane. That'll leave Zontix to play out a little bit later. He can either commit to this mid lurk or take the really long path around to rejoin his team. Looks like it's going to be the latter. Spirit want the numbers for this B hit. The whole map is quiet right now for Maus. Torshi's seen nothing on A. Jimmy hears nothing in Donut. And so that bit of suspicion has triggered the rotation back around from Exertion. 3 strong at the perfect time for Maus. Spirit coming to the stack, and so this is where Maus have to hold the line. They're getting the exact play they were hoping for. Still, Spirit scrapped for the space. Missed shot for Shiro cost them. And it's Brolin on for the ace. Just on he won't get past him. Oh God, Brolin thought he'd already done it. The round now rests on the shoulders of Jimpat.
タイミングが
Up through ramp. Zontix now looking the right way. And it's not in vain. Jimmy does right by Brolin. Brolin does right by Maus. They're on the board.
A sigh of relief, if nothing more for Maus. Look how hard they have to scrap just to get in this game. That was all the advantage. And even then, coming down to the 1v1 at 3-on-5, that Spirit make interesting.
Spirit with a timeout. Exercising caution.
If Maus have any nerves, their in-game leader will hopefully inspire them to step up on this stage. A team that finally took a trophy on a stage for the first time this year. For the longest time, Studio Merchants were Maus. We need more from the rest. Brolin again.
なんだよドンクの
あれなんか2人死んだんだけど。
Shows his team how
ド
he
ンク
wants
やら
to
れた後に
defend.
僕の中にいた味方やられてる。
あー、抜かれたんか。
Get the space. A is free.
Let's call this rotate back around on a good timing again. Has Brolin though 3 strong about to
もう A 入っ
reinforce
てるん
this
です。
A side
ビ
of the
ッグ
map.
ボックスいるんで。
Torshi's orb cutting the sight in 2 will deliver something more
強い。
for Maus.
Never get ahead of yourself.
いけんだよね。
いやー、木抜けるっていうのはかなり度胸いるな。まあ、そのぐらいの
人数差とポジション取られてるから
そう
ね。
ね。
The intrigue right now is coming from Brolin.
C4 は落ちてる。
Who's gone all the way around the world.
けど A ランプは読めねえよな。
気づいてないけど。
A ランプは読めねえよな。でも、ドーナツか CT だと思うわ。B のやつがドーナツからカバーすると思うわ。俺
That's 7 kills in the last 2 rounds for Brolin.
Excellent work for the young Swede. Kid no more on this ex-academy team. But the rest of the nest
強っ。エイム吸い付いてんだけど。
聞こえる一発ね。
AK じゃなくて M4 だから2発でやってる。
That double again is the thing of beauty, man.
Oh, denied out middle. Spirit wanted to go. Don got stuck in the smoke.
Yeah, they were
fully
all
blinded.
They were 5 players trying to go through that mid smoke.
And so Donk changes out, sells a Tech 9, buys up a Deeg.
That's kind of cool, doing it so quick that he could go back and trade onto the Deagle.
Knows what he wants. Can he put it to use on this B bomb site? Again, you wanted Maus to make plays. Harry, you got it. Ramp taken. Lane locked out. Brolin in the position to stop the spillover. And while Spirit run back through spawn, they won't remain there. Give it another go.
It's great that Brolin's having this type of performance, but is it just a band-aid fix? It has to be there. And him keeping the game strung along long enough for the rest of this Maus squad to get activated. Can't ignore the struggles that Exertion has had in this grand final so far. It was a slow start back
さあ人数かけて投げ物ないから。
but this might be his round to finally
噛
have
み合
some
ってる
impact.
ね。
He's been waiting for it. Shaky on the first, but he lets his teammate clean it up. It's 2 from Exertion. Faith in Jimmy to stop this spillover.
Doesn't get bogged down on that first player. Knows he's just pathing deep into the bomb site. Jimmy has his back. Exertion still gets 2. Hopefully waking up now, Mao's find 3 in a row on this CT side. After some very clinical rounds from Team Spirit, they call out their second timeout. Already not gone to plan for Spirit. They wanted more.
Spirit might have called the pause, but you saw Cyclone there very animated.
ここで青く出すな。
So while Hallie's trying to kind of bring Spirit back into this game, it's Cyclone hopefully reiterating that this is far from over and that right now things are going according to plan. Keep this up, keep playing with this confidence, denying the map control. This is what was missing for Mao's back on Mirage.
Yeah, they're in a decent position, not starting completely ice cold here. Winning out a couple of clutches, stopping fast plays for Spirit, forcing them to go back to the drawing board.
Donk did have a very good mid spawn, but he's not going to use it. Just that anti-scaling util from him to stop a mid take from Mao's. Meant to make life a little easier for these players out on the lane, but with Brolin pressuring and the game this guy is having, he's softened up everyone that's dead entered this area of the map.
Chopper.
He's even got Exertion nearby ready to swing out through heaven. This is a pretty potent double setup. And if Spirit try to go on this, they've got to be ready for the crossfire. They've got to be ready for this second man swinging. With Chopper already so low. Util comes out to try and make life a little easier. They hear that tag on Exertion. They know they've disrupted the double setup.
ただサイトからのカバーが。
Brings a second man over. Spinks arrives just in time to save his captain.
At the back of the head for Mao's, are worried about Donk coming out elbow, and they won't be wrong in that assumption. Exertion's moved out of middle. He's
ドンクがよりをやってくれれば。
of course, Donk has taken it. He's
マ
found
ジで
the
この。
perfect timing to move
あ
into
っとこれは
entry up B. Spirit look to speed up the pace. Donk is left in limbo in middle. This can come into play later. Spirit do need this plant though. With a double cave setup, Brolin keeps the pressure on, and Mouse flood this bomb site.
あっとおおいやーよう2人持ってったなあそこで。
And we have our second entry on this CT side.
やっぱあれかドンクで A に揺らせたか作戦的には。どうだろう今なんでロング死んだんだろう。普通に勝負しに行って街やられたのか。純粋に打ち負けたけど硬いねチーターの2人が。硬い。出た俺いつも言ってるやつ。
Can they sweeten the deal as it's just these pistols on Team Spirit? I don't think Donk liked being left out of the picture in that last round, so expect a bit more of a focus on him here. Him and Zway gonna try and walk into the red room. Exertion.
もったいなここ。
Now an AK into the ranks of Spirit. Donk midair knocks out one more. But Mao's had the numbers. They were ready to contain. And they could find themselves in the lead. They just have to stop this.
C4
Tech 9 2v3 with the bomb loose. Spirit really don't have a lot to go off of. The one thing now are mindful of is in playing around this bomb in groups in the red room, they've given up a lot of control everywhere else. And they're not like sitting still in the silence of this round. They're going to group up and
取りに行く。2人いるか。合流してから取りに行くんか。
Figuring out where Spirit are coming from is the name of the game. Smoke is a middle finger to Zontics. Now let's try and find out what's going on.
Zontics making noise. Oh my god, he's grabbed the bomb. No, won't be able to get away. Brolin stops him. And there's Chopper spotted on this wrap round.
ただ 4HP。
これ M4 拾って帰りたいところなんだろうね。チョッパーからする。
いやー、もう勝負するしかない CT と。
Not something you've had to worry about yet if you're Spirit.
Yeah, I want to see Don get out middle here for Team Spirit. He's been pretty tamed on this T side, just going slowly, playing late timings. Sometimes pace has felt like the problem for Spirit. Arguable if they're constricted by the cooling. Certainly appeared to be the case on Nuke yesterday when they found 2 rounds on their T side.
ミッドさん、僕は失敗してる。強気すぎだろ。
強気すぎる。あれ多分燃えてるの分かってて僕一気に突っ込んだなあれ。
FB で分かんなかったんじゃないか。
あ、分かんなかったんかあれ。
だって突っ込んだ先角で燃えて死ぬあれ。
もう普通に死ぬあれ。けどドンクやってんのが文字でかいな。
噛み合いがすごいね。
毎回だね、モズ。
一番人数がいる、一番人数当てれても勝負してくるところ。
そう。毎回ミッド取りに行ってチーター側と連携取ってはそれでなんか情報を取ってる感じがするわ。
で今回ちゃんとミッド取りに来た時に限ってミッド3人っていうね。
そう。さあこれは普通に B 入ってくな。けどもう B3 人いる。
もう確定されてるからもう。
そっか。A のやつがもう T ベースから。時間ないし。
ミッドがいなかったらもう夜もないから。でも完封ですね今のところ。
すごいね。
設置までいけてねえもん。
いやけどまあわかるわ。エンシェントで俺一番楽しいの CT でミッド突っ込むところだもん。CT で1個突っ込んでアッパー側行くの楽しいよね。
強気だね。
今回 A だね。けどアウプがいる。おお。
おお当たったねこれ。
今の2枚抜きは強えなやっぱ。
えぐい。
わお。さあプラントやったのがあと残り。多分サイトってバレてるわ。
もうサイトしか行くとこねえからね。サイトの
多分 A メインが先に突っ込んでから情報を取るんじゃないかなこれ。
まあそうだね、待ってから見えました。
強い。
And on the wings of a Torshi collateral, this lead continues to build.
And there's so many ideas for Mouse. They seem to have really good
4連続取られてから連続で取ってんな。7連続か。完璧な2枚抜き。
いや、この心臓の強さ、左を全く見ずに。
それ。逆に俺左見るわね。あれ、木箱
見ちゃうよな、あれ。
左見ろ俺。
もう完全に
逆に右見ない。すげえよな。
ねえ、2キル取ったらね、あと詰めてくるの待つって感じだもんな。
まあそれか生き残りたいならスモーク焚いてテンプル握るか。いや強い。ファーストキル取ってんのは強い。
ここで
けどこの男がいるわ。
Brolin's been the stopgap for Mouse. He's been the one who, in their darkest moments, has been able to provide. Will he stop Donk on this aggression? Yes, he will.
さあ、2on3。
ボロがなきゃドンク普通に取ってたな今。当たんない。
ミスショット。スモーク入れられたらきついぞもうこれ。みんなキット持ってる。
おう。
あれワンチャン木うまく抜けてたら。まさか連続で8本取ったわ。しかも完璧だな、なんか守りが。
いやーもう勝てるビジョンマジでなかった。あまりに完封だったな。今のうちにお茶取ってこいよ。
おい。強っ。やべえ、こういうの見るとなんかな、キーボード変えたくなるな。これ2分か。
It's the best feeling watching him live out his dream.
Kita udah nunjukin kalau ladies itu juga tetap bisa bersaing di scene cowok.
It's this pressure that you have on you that if you don't win, you lose your job.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup.
Nothing is granted, everything is earned.
もろり。
もろりです。あと1分半ぐらい。まあ、ピストルラウンドかな。
そうだね。
なんかキーボード買おうかな。
デバイスは新しいのに限る。
それは言えてる。けどな、そろそろ決勝ナビ見たいけどな。
ナビ
勝てないですかね。
無理だろう、まだ。
シンプル抜けたしな。
シンプル今度別チーム行ったからな。これ CS2 でもらえるのかな、コーショングローブ。
どうなんだろう、多分もらえるんかな。
We had it the other day, almost let them down v Na'Vi. 2 rounds on the T side of Nuke, some slow starts, took comebacks for Team Spirit. They've got to showcase that again.
Yeah, and it all started with Brolin uplifting his team. It was a string of multi-kills from Mouse's captain. The first player to truly get switched online, but slowly but surely the usual suspects start to appear around him. Spirit, a new challenger approaches here. A dormant Mouse from map 1, awake in time for Ancient. Maybe they were just playing dead.
Lulled Spirit into a full sense of security. That 4-0 lead felt like the beginning of some dominance here for Spirit, but you said earlier, you can't fluke a final. It's also equally hard to run through it dominantly. Spirit know that better than most after
こ
entering
の
into
DHL ドロッ
Canada
プでもワン
last
チャン当た
year
る時があるらしい。
マジ
with a 3-0 over phase.
ルーレットした時に同じのが当たる可能性があるんだって。
さっきグローブだったな。
じゃないってことは
In this series, you kind of got that, and you got to play against it on your terms.
いいな。
One thing you can't doubt for this Spirit squad is their resilience,
Here are
their
the
ability to
list
turn
of
it around when they
amazing
get onto
prize
this
to be won
easy half.
in the tournament.
There's a reason they get to this
グロ
final.
ーブもいいけど俺はカランビット。
ワイヤレスキーボー
throughout
ド
some of those T sides.
ワイヤレスゲーミングマウス、
And so the
ハン
job
ド
is
ラッ
far
プ
from
グロ
done.
ーブ、
Pistol round starts
イン
now.
テル i9 の最新の CPU。
They just might start off with a bang. There's an instant clash out in middle. Exertion getting the better of Donk. It's a nice way to
3人やりやがった。
instantly flip the script. We're back into a 2v2.
And they're panicking. They're running that rotation.
カニ歩きで打つの強いなあれ。
Mouse make the decision where they're ending up. Exertion took down Donkenshiro to start this round. Him and
あれ
Zwei
300ドルだっ
chase
け
an ace.
そうだよ。
Getting
安い。
planted. Exertion peeks out for more. And Zwei, young man on the
お
stage, put to rest.
さあ IGL 同士だ。
Brolin, captain's clutch.
キャプテンクラッチ。
Clash of the brains. Clash of the smarts behind these teams. Brolin's trying to toy with Chopper.
Oh.
But can't hit the shot. And the brains of Brolin spill out against the back wall. Chopper gets Spirit on the board in the second half.
And he's here to silence that crowd. He loves the booze. Spirit feel no fear.
一瞬ブーイングの方がでかかったですね。
一気にイーブンまで持ってったな。
Without Donkenshiro, Zwei finds a way. That is the worst way to lose though for Mouse, to get those entries so cleanly and still run through a B smoke.
プラントやったから。
Spirit don't even get to rotate or panic.
まあ設置できてるしね。
Mouse's best opportunity to make this a clean one. Gone with the wind.
Feels like one of those rounds where you're already committed to the call on the other half of the map. Exertion kind of exceeds your wildest expectations.
うー強っ。
Oh, he is.
Pushed down
しかもロングのやつちょっと当たってるっていう。
Well, he's got the hero gun.
えー。
The Spirit should be all too familiar with, and it's being used against them. To devastating effect.
No time like this to show up for Exertion.
影見えて有利だったんだけどね。
わあ B3 人壊滅。てか誰もやられてないってのがやばい。てか
壊されちゃった。
やっぱCS2 のこの出方強えよな。一気にパッと。
ピークアドバンテージクソでかいからね。
マジ強くない。陣容より強えよな。OKM がなんかもう最強じゃなくなった本当に。
出んのが早いんだもん。
早い。
スンって出るの。しかも影が見えちゃったせいで壁に合わせたんだろうね多分。
そうだね。
それで一気にオーバービーグしてきたからほぼ決めちゃったよな。
決め打ちだねほんと。多分打つ前にやられたよね。
そう、ピークアドバンテージあるから打つ間にやられるんだよな。
だからジオよりもアウプがそうな脅威ではないんだよな。ジオの方が脅威だったから、アウプ。
ね。本当にそれは思う。
Crowd here are asking, where is Shiro?
It's a good question.
3 and 11 on Spirit Star Orpa.
買ってんだ、ここ。
Usually one of the guys that can keep
アーマー
pace
着てるな、結
まあ、
構。
つべこだしね。
あ、そういう
with
ことか。
Donk up top of the
うん、
board.
さっきバイラウンド
Him
で負けちゃったか
refreshing
ら。
his play style, getting more and more output that was meant to make Spirit a force to be reckoned with. Well, he's
言う
nowhere
て
to
だっ
be
て
seen
1700
in
か
this
1800しか
final
持ってない
yet.
し。
Aggression
買う
out
な
into the cave, Brolin
うん
with
つ
the
べこでいくの、こ
entry.
れ。
And you cannot ignore what Brolin has done for Maus
あ、
on this
もう
map.
ビーガーが順番にやられて、ハウス詰めてやられ、お
うー、強っ。
強っ。
それはせこくないか。
But do Maus avoid him entirely?
ちょっとずつ壊滅されると思ったけど。おっと
けど、ポジションは分かってるから。
ああ、さすがに。
そうそうそう、グレ来るから。
さすがにな。
そうそう。
I mean, Toshi thinks to himself, we get it. The guy's good at shooting, but dodge this. Backstab out for Zontic.
この距離にこまだ当たんないんだよな。
The donk move out through red room, but it
チョ
doesn't
ッパー
connect.
がすげえとこ行ってんな。エルボー行くな、こも。あ、ランプ
間に合わないかランプかな。
Maus are so tentative. Maus are so cautious.
あ、けど、スモーク焚いたからプラントは普通に行って、これ多分ドーナツ逃げるな。
Will that create a bit of a screen though for Spirit to try and work through? Jimmy's peppering shot. Shiro doesn't play early. Right now they're lending time to Chopper, but he's not going to find anyone
まあ、ほぼほぼ無理だ
on
ろ
this
うな。
push out through main.
チョッパーがモイズが気づかなければ。
Waiting for a swing.
ナンパ気づかれなくてもなんだよな。もう別
Won't
に。
be easy for
お
him.
ちょ
Chopper deletes him around that corner.
No kit.
They're trying to close in on these players back in Donut. It's a lot of damage dealt to Spink.
詰めるしかない。
Spirit
詰めるしか
have
ない
to
ぞ
play。quickly here. They've got to chase
強
down
い
one of these kills. They're making it happen.
時間稼げば勝ちだね。
Hold on. One left to find
うん、
time.
いや、けどまあ、
Will not go down quietly.
4人持ってったのはすげえな。
よう耐えたな。
Vitality lie in his way.
まあやっぱあのプラントでドーナツ強えよな。
And Spink stands tall with
強
a
いよ。
massive clutch for Maus.
角設置してくれれば抜きやすいもんね。
Stop Spirit surprise.
やっぱ5-7一択だな。CZ っていう領域ないもんな。もう
CZ はもうね。
もうないね、あれ。
ね、CZ は。
返り咲くことはもう今んとこないな。
ないないもう。頭が当てやすい CS2 になったからもう絶対な。かまねえし。
そう。24発っていうね。マガジン1個だけっていう。予備マガジンが。
ふざけんなって話よ。
しかも反動がクソでかい。初段当たっても多分2発目が当たるのきつい。
ね。
レイスタックか。
Straight up stack in towards the donut. The bomb is here in mid. Exertion looking on has seen a shadow.
あ、これは B
行
きそうだな。おっと C4 が
ハウス抜けする。
あ、これ燃えるな。
一人は見えた。
あ、B 行くね。
あ、もうあれで A スタックって読んだんじゃない？
かもね。アンチエコの逆転か。あ、まだミスったな。
お、待つんだ。
けど時間ねえぞ。
あ、もう。確実に。
これ多分人数かけて一人は殺すって感じなんじゃないかな。スピリットの方は。
まあそうだろうね。もう固まって、とりあえず、あ、引き殺しか。
そうだ、T ベース側に下がるやつ殺すパターンか、これ。
今のところ T ベース引き あ、ここで CT がやられたらもう完全に。あー、でも。
多分ブローランが先陣
CT 組んだよね。
ブローランが先陣切ってマック10でアンチエコで。いや、見てるね。ちゃんと見てるね。
まあ、マック10が詰めて、いなかったらいなかったで CT だし、やられたらやられたでみんな後ろに逃げるんだろうね。
みんな金あるからマック10ぐらいならいいだろうっていう考えです。
うん。妥当だな。お、スチームデックだ。
まあまあまあまあ、うん、何回も見た景色ですね。
すごいね。スチームデッキだから動画を流してる心配がないっていう。
逆に動画だったら冷めるパターンが多いよ。
ね、数年前動画で流してたからな。後から発覚したけど。
やばいね。
And that's where you've got to give some credit to Brolin. Said at the start of this, Chopper was calling rings around him. Well, the note very much changed. First was the individual uptick in performance. Now he's outmaneuvering these stacks.
そんなも変わるの？
Outmaneuvering the spirit gambles.
自分からドーナツも変わる。
ね。
Donk sits with a smoke in his way. Little mistakes.
あちゃちゃ。あ、後取りでミッドがいない。
Chopper's even feeling kind of scared of spamming these smokes. Brolin's playing so confident. You wouldn't put it past him walking through with only a Mac 10.
かなりローリスクで取れたな、ミッド。
ね、投げも普通にスローでいってよ。さあ。
ア
クションを起こしてミッドでタイの寄りを殺して。A か。ああ、もう取りに行ってよりを殺すだけか。じゃあ
だね。
5目点いけ。ナイスおとり。
ういー、
違うのかしら。
ドンク。
20 seconds to grab that bomb and put it down.
All becomes a bit of a mad scramble now, right? The bomb lost in the smoke. They're scared still about Donut. Don't have the whereabouts of these final two players. But Mouse will get that bomb target. They find a way. Exertion holding on.
ああ、エイム負け。単純に負けたな。ちょっともったいないな、これは。
惜しいね。
Of a marathon made by Shiro, supplemented by Donk's double.
ドンクよくそれ抜いたな。まあまあまあ。
Ample opportunity here for Mouse to finish what they started.
まあここは白がウープ持つ前にモーズは決めたいところだけど。投げもんすげえ。
絶対ミッド取らせない。上ミッド4人いる。まあ4人見えたらね、1人しかいないからいいかな。
The downtime Spinks walks all the way out through ramp. He's got Torshi here with him as well. Two players in this B site looking for space, but so quickly it can start to go the other way. Torshi recognizes it ahead of time. He's
ドンクがそこいる。
Impact kill for Zway just to stop the Mouse from taking control inside of B. Now it's on to Donk. Overwhelmed, still manages to find a kill. No business there. Mouse forced the trade. 2v3. B occupied. And Shiro closing the net. Trying to strangle Mouse. Force them forward. Zway again. Headshot. There's no escape here for Jimmy. Jimmy P slipping into the ramp.
First kill found on his way to the clutch. There's one more man. It's still in the sight. Over at long as Zontix catches him by surprise. So Jimmy goes no further. Spirit continue to close the distance. And what once felt like an insurmountable challenge, piece by piece, is feeling more and more doable.
Yeah, and Spirit are no strangers to CT side comebacks off the back of, like we were talking about, these difficult T-halves. We've seen them do it time and time again. They did it to Aurora in the group stage. 10 rounds in a row on the CT side to come back and win that map in regulation. They almost did it the same to Na'Vi just the other day on this very stage. That's what Spirit are telling themselves. They know they have it in them. Mouse again look for a hero rifle to win the round. They've done it before. Donk lets him cross.
It's a gap that Spirit have had to contest with in a lot of these rounds so far, but this time they do stick Donk on the angle. They want him to at least dip and dive in for these mid fights. And here's the attempt to re-clear mid. It's Chopper and Shiro grouping to do so. Two players looking to claw back control over middle. That's the gun gone for Mouse.
Brolin
goes looking for it.
頭で倒した次の弾で頭入れやがった。
Gets it retrieved. Nearly 20 kills deep in this game on Brolin. Very much still a threat represented by this AK in his hands. The bomb's over here in red.
しかしそこには
Donk lies in wait.
ドンクがいる。
Lone defender around this
C4 が
First shot's gonna land.
Whoa.
Will get silenced by the P250. Low health for Shiro, but he's a ways away from
Oh,
this.
shit.
High pressure scenario. The
あと一発だったな。
But
he's able to power through.
Sway's coming back in the CT side as well, right? We're still waiting on Zontix and Shiro to really have their impact, but round closes from Sway so far. Donk picking up steam, taking more and more real estate on this CT side, fighting elbow. Spirit starting to believe again, and Mao's hit the alarm.
Up
Their
until
first
now,
timeout.
yeah, they've been able to ride on Spirit's timeouts, essentially. It's been Spirit feeling all the pressure. Mao's haven't had to call one in. This is their first. And they're not liking these rounds. They're being given space in mid. They're getting a lot of room, but they're struggling to do anything with the space.
Oh, frustration.
Spirit are playing for the extremities. It's no longer about Donk multi-killing in mid. That gets thrown in every now and again. And so it's a departure from what Mao's are used to seeing.
Slowing it down here for Mao's. Way more cautious on this B lane take.
We're still leading 11-8. I want to play with the same confidence. We have the full game, okay?
Cyclone trying to inspire something, but maybe that speaks to where Mao's minds are at, acting like this game is already close, acting like they've let Spirit back in, and that's because they have.
Yeah, he can see the telltale signs, right, of Mao's maybe starting to give them the respect, starting to play cautious, like they don't want to give the lead away.
Playing not to lose. That old adage proving true here. Spirit on a 3-round streak. Shiro's Orb finally enters the fray.
Oh, rough miss. And this is a huge chance for Brolin to punish. Has him trapped. Shiro in time is the charm. Now this is all a bit of a fake. Brolin and Torshi trying to keep Spirit on the wrong side of the map, but if you look, Spirit actually started moving early. They decided against it. Chopper's gone back. That one smoke at B is enough to keep 3 players here.
Donk's time.
Zontix, and that double hold is attempted to fake. Falls on deaf ears. Spirit 4 rounds in a row.
And Mao's get mauled. Team kill in the molly. Zontix Donk crossfire. You feel like they're in your head. Spirit making all the right reads right now, hitting harder on this comeback. 11-5 up, no more. Faster B approach, wheels are off.
I mean, this comes from a place of desperation, feeling like you have nothing to lose in this low econ round. They attempt to run it fast up into B. Something that's scary here and inignorable is Shiro starting to climb up the scoreboard for Team Spirit. He was a notable absence throughout the entirety of Ancient in these last few rounds. That AWP has started to find the way. This is about to be a one-round game unless these pistols do something remarkable. Nades finding great damage. Mao's feeling trapped. And Spirit knocking on the door of a very late in the day robbery at this second map. Two kills away from a one-round game. Impact and exertion. Group on ramp, but with the AWP holding it with Zwei ready to swing in tandem. This is not a safe path in a B. It is full of treachery. A dink down range onto Shiro. But that might be all they get as Donk arrives at just the right moment.
He has just been omnipresent on this map. Everywhere Mao's finish. Donk there. 21 and 15. And buying enough time for his stars to get activated. Shiro a couple, Zwei with some closers.
Cyclones just started burning these timeouts whenever buy rounds are available. He sees all the symptoms. He knows the diagnosis, but can he provide the antidote here? Because Mao's feel like they're choking this second map. To this lane control, back to these standard round openings. Aggression from Chopper ends 1-for-1. That's a trade that Mao's feel fine with.
And maybe Spirit would have panicked and over-rotated, but now seeing two outside of B makes you realize it's a fake. All this util into A is only to elicit a reaction that Mao's don't get. Sontex patrols alone.
強気すぎだろ。
まあそうなるわな。スピンクスがまあドーナツに味方いるからって感じなんだろうけど。さあ CT は詰めてこない。
It might come back yet again to the youngster.
映画でフェイクをかけて
Zwei on one of his first big events, on his first serious stage, asked to hold down this B hit.
And to do that, he's going to have to get past one man defending his ties to the trophy in Spinks.
ミスモロ。
Impact and Brolin moving in as well, and with Shiro forced off the angle, Zwei is the requirement. It's a one and done. Is that going to be enough? Oh, Shiro brushed aside. Down to this 1v1. And you're trapped in here with Donk, Jimmy. How do you want to play it? He's buried you. Might have been enough to beat the best team, but not enough to beat the best player. Donk with the clutch to bring Spirit to a tie game.
6 rounds straight. Mao's had their opportunity. Mao's had their moment. But these young men drinking on the stage. Team Spirit back to their winning ways.
And they're feeling all kinds of pumped up. You're seeing it in the reactions. Every one of these rounds feeling winnable for Team Spirit, no matter the odds. Mao's feign more confidence out through middle.
ドンクだけキルやべえな。
And now they go completely quiet. Throughout the entirety of this streak, Brolin has been racking his brain, thinking, where is the gap? Where is the weak link? How do we get back through? He did all he could to get Maus to a winning game.
And I think the fear of Donk in middle has meant Maus have never really attempted to play a mid-control round with rifles. But Donk has rarely been here. Even now he reclears red, uncertain. Maus sit outside of the B site. Chopper takes it onto Brolin, and that's a fight you would have never bet on in the first half. But this is a different Spirit, and this is a different Maus clawing back.
ようかま全員倒したな。
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. 5 on 2 for map point.
It's a big clawback from Torshi, but it's just the one. Still a horrible scenario. 2v5 turn 2v4. It doesn't feel like it's gotten any easier. Everyone for Spirit can play passive. They're lent strong over towards this B site. Zontix just plays for the info, plays to delay.
時間ねえな。
もう挟んでいくしかない。
This kill to open up a 2v4, but Exertion doesn't give Donk the choice. Now he's in the back line, trying to help Torshi. Eyes set on this A play. Zontix with this reposition might go unaccounted for. Can Exertion piece it all together fast enough?
It's a great move.
Smoke deployed as Torshi commits to this bomb plant, but
おい、マジか。
抜くんかい。
swing for Zontix. That's the value. Spirit are one round away.
めっちゃ取られてんだ。何連続取られてんだ。6連続ぐらい取られてんだ。
だいぶ。
And they've done it all with their backs against the wall. They're to do this as one continuous streak.
いつの間にか逆転されてる。
惜しいとこまで行ってんだけどね。
だから白がアウト持つ前に決めたかったところ。
Maus may have finally broken this year. They may have finally taken their first stage LAN trophy back in Cluj.
金がねえぞ。
But here in the Lanxess, the Intel Extreme Masters, the biggest trophy of them all, that is a different beast. Familiarity for Spirit, back to their winning ways, looking to finish on this comeback.
いや、そうなるよね。
いやけどこいつ
もうやパワーがギ
リ。やば
おい。スモグラッチー。
Spirit nearly jumped the gun there. They nearly make it way too easy for Torshi, but they know they can go slow. They know that it's in the creeping silences.
まあ僕が晴れるのを待ってね。
All that uncertainty looks to swallow Torshi up. He tries to play the numbers, minimize as many variables as he can.
ポジションは悪くないと思ってる。
Possible move. Spirit haven't beat on the manpower. Time could be on Torshi's side, but these flawlessly. Spirit overrun him. Spirit overwhelm him. Spirit are one map away from lifting that trophy.
These eternal villains, they break Maus's spirit. Nuke is where it's decided.
7連続ぐらい取られたな、一気に。いや、3人持ってくんかい、ドンクそこ。えぐいな。次抜くか。
出た。
抜くオーバーパストレイン。
なるほど。
ここだよな、この 2on2 だよな、やっぱ。
ハンターが対戦型か。
まあまあまあまあ。あっつ。モーズの優勝もバイタリティとか阻まれてんな。前決勝でバイタリティに阻まれて、今回はスピリットか。
まあなんだかんだスピリットは阻まれてる側でもあったしね。
まあね、バイタリティ今まで強かったからな。
うん。
ナイフのバグまだ治ってないんか。
治ってないね。なんならウォームアップの、あれまだ適用できてないから、どのナイフにしても通常ないっていう。
まあバルブだからな。 むずいマップ来た。 ショック。
Really know what to do with myself other than keep watching the Counter-Strike, duh. Stay until Extreme Masters, y'all.
Spirit shunt Mauser's side, and this unstoppable machine just keeps on rolling. They come back from 11-5 down and run flawlessly to a third. From this point on, Spirit are just a reach from the trophy. They are chasing legacy, seeking the Trinity. Maus must now do what has never been done before. A reverse sweep on the biggest stage, the highest stakes. Surely an impossibility.
The second time a German organization has made it to the grand final in Cologne, and it's the second time it might just end in heartbreak. The Spirits, they walk among us. They don't care for your mortal concerns. They see in black and white, you're either a winner or you're nothing. And Spirit are here to go for the gold. Cologne! Let's crown a champion!
It's Maus's pick, but I still get nervous here on Nuke. A CT-sided start where Spirit do their best work. There's no slow starter allowed for Maus. There is no rest for the wicked.
What?
Growing trees in the pistol either. You're looking for results here. Fast out into the top site. It's a strong pace step forward. And you've dealt with two heavy hitters early on. Gonna ease back into this 3-on-3. Bomb planted. But here in map 3, 0-2 down. Every round, every kill counts tenfold. Spinks trying to put them in his pocket. On the second player back in main, Shiro knowing about Zontix on this wrap. He's getting wrapped himself. Jimmy on the long path for a back. Here as the safety net. There is no losing this pistol. With Jimmy up in the heavens, it's a safe plant.
きついね。
やれてもね。
あ、きっとあるけど無理だこれ。ほぼほぼきつい。
Swing out early and Toshi seals the deal. Pistol round secured for Mouse.
For every round Mouse find on this T side, Spirit need to one-up it in their second half. It's a half that has let them down time after time in this tournament. No doubt Spirit are favorites, wind in their sails, momentum, and the best player in the world.
よくミリやったな。
But still this nuke is available for Mouse. Guns come out. Spirit look to start the threat early. Seen a lot of these 4 spy rounds connect for both teams across this series. Exertion fakes outside. They go back to lobby. Mouse hope to elicit reaction.
They're not getting a lot back out of Spirit though. With 2 players having dropped down lower, Spirit are pretty much stuck in place here throughout the entire round. The onus is going to be on Mouse to take the space, to make the play, and they'll set their sights on ramp. Now Zontix hears this, but is in no position to fight for it. He's just stopping the spillover. And this is feeling very claustrophobic right now for Spirit. It's by design. They want Mouse to walk into this double lower stack that's been waiting since the start of the round. Shiro not down here alone. He's got Chopper floating around in the control room to help him. And here's Chopper taking contact. If he can just peel eyeballs off of Shiro, let this 5-7 do something, but it's an ugly first turn of that pistol. And the plan for Spirit does not align.
まあ武器のサールだ。
まあセーブですね。
I was looking good in this conversion.
Calculated crunch on that B bomb site certainly helps that Donk misses timing onto Exertion, getting down secret. Spirit didn't know until it was too late. And now exit is the name of the game. Donk knows saving here is a likelihood.
そこにはドンクがいるんだ。あ。けどここ前かね飛ばねえかここは。ど
うだろう。
あ全然飛ばんわ。
全然削れない。あ、てかあれか、サイト裏選手じゃねえわ。ラス側の。
はいはいはいはいはい。それでか。
Stalemate. Spirit get one more try.
Look, the thing that is kind of tantalizing for Mouse here is sure, they might be starting on what should feel like the harder half. It's Spirit's CT side that hits very, very hard. This holds the promise of, you can do a lot of the legwork for the entire game here in the first half. You know you're going to have to be resilient. You know you're going to have to roll with the punches and be on the receiving end of some of these Spirit CT rounds. But if you can scrape by with something like 4, 5 T rounds, based on what we've seen from Team Spirit, that could be enough.
But look who's home.
Donk is in position down here. They decided to not try and remove this MP9 off of him earlier. Let's see if he can put it to work. Double swung on. The MP9 answers the call for the first. It's Exertion on the receiving end of it.
Back up, I think.
I mean, the bomb's already made its way there, right out through Secret on the back of
He's
alone in this, and Chopper waiting in back garage since the start of the round. That's the bomb on his screen. That's the bomb right there. Takes his time on the shot. Wanted it to go down flawlessly. Torshi flying up through the vent. And it's a top site taken for Mouse. Never feeling too comfortable here. But able to get set up nonetheless, and with Donk low on health, trapped down at lower, there's a bit more safety for Maus.
They could trap this player here, but sure is not
T のポジションは悪くないと思うけど。
Let's just exit here for Spirit.
ね
Donk not helped on this vent climb, should just be a dead man walking. There it is. Torchi makes it so. Shiro, his position known, and Maus walk it over the line. Claustrophobic, but
いや、うまいね、ダブルピーク。
we enter Spirit's by.
ちゃんと2人で出るんだ。
This right here, this is the round that Maus would love to win. Getting off to a 5-0 start on a map there. Spirit's T-sides have let them down. That would feel monumental. And you won't have to grind those rounds out. It won't be in a long back and forth affair if you can win this one. And so what do Maus want to do? They're wrapping exertion in through mid. Donk is ready for it. No accounting for that. That's just the feeling. They start to go out now with the death of exertion. The go button is hit. Sway churns through the first two. Donk gone on in time. And Brolin left as the last survivor. They know where he was. The man throwing util, the last to arrive.
それはやってるだろう。
The bodies of his teammates here that have accumulated around the hut at the door. As Brolin looks for anything. Something to give, and there's Donk. That is a very uncharacteristic L for him to take.
But will it matter?
Caught on a cross back across that he didn't need to take. Brolin playing this to the full extremity of the timer. Now there is this hot roof player to worry about and backside, and I think Zway just got the spot off as Brolin makes his way in. Zontix provides cover.
Very calm for his way backside there. Gets his double. That's more than you can ask for the A anchor. And Donk spamming through main smoke. That one takes me back. Feels like Katowice was just yesterday. Realizes what Maus are doing before they even announce that A split. Exertion back to his troubles on this T side. Today he has been quiet. Donk a huge reason for that. These two so often matching up.
This is very aggressive pathing from Shiro, and he's even got support. Donk. Oh, well, there you go. That's more like an exertion. Quick off the mark, quick on his feet, and a little jump to seal Donk's fate. It's a promising turn of that head-to-head.
あれ一人で渡り向くだけんだ、そっか。
And now Spirit don't have the info what's happening in yard. Zway with a well-timed bit of re-aggression in the hut. Returns this to a 4-on-4.
Important kill for Exertion to find. Donk is 13-6 in that head-to-head coming into this third map. Exertion puts him down. That orb does miss while crossing in, but there's two CTs in position and Maus are entering. They line up again. Team kill even comes through. That's not what you want. From bad to worse, to in a hearse, Torchi's done.
And I mean, just look at the speed of the reaction from Spirit all across the map, right? They lose Donk, if you remember, that's the first guy to die out in the yard in his attempted aggression, and still, throughout all the waves that Maus continue to throw in that round, the reactions feel perfect. Double ramp aggro, Chopper getting there as a third man lying in wait. On these CT sides, he calls a very decisive and very spot-on game. Something Brolin's going to be up against in this entire first half. Okay, another time Exertion gets the better of Donk, this time on a Deagle.
Oh, Tilter. Saw Donk's reaction last round, or how about a 1D on an eco? Could Maus make something out of nothing? Spinks is left back. He can try and get that gun later, but it relies on Spirit rotating out. And look at how they occupy the yard. 3 players with their eyes on the prize. Meanwhile, Miles have reset completely. Can Spirit fill the positions? Sontex goes back to ramp. He is committing here. He needs a multi-kill, and he misses that timing.
Yeah, this is really awkward. They're out on both sides of him now. Sontex,
that'll do.
Far from an easy position to be in. That gun does get retrieved, but Chopper was waiting for that exact move the entire time. Maybe it's because he plays in a team with a guy where one rifle is enough to steal the round, but Chopper is always mindful of these dropped weapons. He played around it here.
Ooh.
On a close, quick reaction, a fine Torshi on that wrap. Spirit bring the heat.
They say
they're competitive from the get-go.
Yeah, sure, Miles, you can convert your pistol, but now the Spirit start has begun. The question is, how out of control will it get? That is back-to-back 4v5s minus Donk, one out by Spirit. No doubt the Donk is the outlier in every metric, but today Spirit have still done it without him at times. That first map was an even showing from pretty much everyone. It took Ancient for Donk to level up. Can he channel that frustration into something here in the third? Exertion gets down secret.
And there's already a big problem posed in this round. Jimmy heard the aggression into the lobby. He knows the Spirit winning. Donk out here in the spams.
He just doesn't see smoke.
And now you feel like you really can't dedicate B. You know that Spirit went and took lobby. They've spammed you on the cross. You kind of lost the edge here.
Even just the nameplate there. If you kill Torshi on the smoke cross, you know there's going to be more players for Miles. He's not going to be the solo lurker with 4 lobby. Despite that, anyway, Spirit took lobby earlier in the round. They have all this info. Full confirmation of the goal in mind for Miles. So they try mid-round. They try and fake it out. Jimmy trying to make it look like it's an upper bust going through. Shiro, got to be careful as Jimmy places smoke. The rest of Miles speed up on B. They've been spotted.
Into the vent. Wait, Sway? Sway? Where was he looking? Exertion runs up on him, closes the distance on the rookie. Chopper's going to stem the bleeding, stop the spillover up through the vents. Jimmy's still in a position to make this round weird, and if he can collect that kill on the players watching the vent rotate, he opens up this path into A.
Donk can kill the
himself available. Not yet. Jimmy can hear the adjustments. Fires off on the player under hell. That's given up the game. Donk bested sure, but Spirit remain one step ahead.
Oh, just
ちょっともったいないね、
Shiro
今の。
info over the info that wins them the round. Donk swivels, headshots heaven, and Miles will not get up that vent for free. Spirit send them packing in that buy round. Putting Miles back
さあ
to
この目抜きが枠やから。
えぐすぎ。
目抜き見えてねえだろあれ。いやつえ。
The Mouse have anything to say for this. You can feel the streak starting. Spirit swelling. Mouse's blood rushing. A pit in their stomach. They feel like they can do nothing right. Look at this stack on top side.
Oh, gee.
They hear the pitter-patter, they hear the footsteps closing in. Brolin might have made it up heaven, but that's info for Spirit and just a clean sweep. So ready for that play. And an immediate timeout after that round. Mouse have not liked how these last 5 rounds straight have gone. They feel like they're constantly running into numbers. They're constantly running into stacks.
And you could say they had their opportunity in a couple of rounds, getting 5v4s and resets back to lobby onto Donk.
ピストルは取れるけど、そっから
did what he could.
武器持ったら
But now
勝
it's
てへ
getting
んな。
colder. Team Spirit, reason to believe in this 3-0 run. They shocked the world back last year when they did it against FaZe. Breaking records, beating stage guarantees.
ドロップ。お
おー、すげえ。
パソコンじゃん。あ、じゃねえよ。CPU か。お
And a
お。
roster change coming into this season looks to
すご。
cement them yet again. As Donk does what he does
はは、
best.
強。
強いね。
And he always manages to survive. He takes one of
あ
the
れ、壁抜き
leg
もら
here.
ったな。
It won't
あ、
last
死んだ
long. Jimmy finally on the board thanks to smoke spam. He was 0-6 coming into this round. That 2K
バレ
is
てない。
something that Mouse feel like they have to convert upon. They've got all
しかも今、
this
外に
space,
アウプレバー
all
があっ
this
たから。
ground. No one's home. Only Shiro and Zontix between Mouse and a breakthrough. Lobby wrap for Zontix. Jimmy on this line gets his first 2 kills of the game on smoke spam. Wrestling for a third, decides against the fight. That leaves him in the prying eyes of Shiro. Still. It's a round that usually Spirit might not look to attempt an awkward team flash there. Zontix, that was supposed to tee up Shiro for the kill that brings them back into the question. Instead, a really awkward miss. And these misses are starting to feel like they could cost Mouse. Time getting low. Time might be low, but there's still time.
どうマジか。
これはやばい。これは超やらかしだね。
やっぱ外したな。
And that's how their house of cards comes crumbling down. Spirit say not even close. Calculated.
あれ、普通 T 勝つとこよ。8割ぐらい。
A heartbreaker for Mouse. Their way in finally
あ
allowed
ー、出ちゃっ
on
たの
this
か。
side. And Spirit just swoop in and steal a 6.
けどあれ、アウプ当てなきゃダメなところだな。
ね。
もう分かってんだから。ハットがいるって。
まあでも、
It's looking meant to be.
壁越しで当ててたけどね、一応
Laying
ね。
their legacy in the Lanxess.
これはかなり効くね。
これ流れめちゃくちゃ悪いよ。刺さるぞ。
Dream run at Cologne ripped from your grasp. It's another to feel like you were close in some of these rounds. You were competitive.
They could have.
The miss is there, costing them dearly. We've said already, you don't need many of these T-side rounds. Every single one of them is so valuable to Mouse.
Oh, jump on the shot. Shiro gets another chance, but Donk is here to help out, and this is the deadly duo. This is the last place you want to go, but Mouse push forward into their own demise. Missed shots for Shiro. Could that be a way in? It has to.
ただもう一人いる。
Chopper waits. They fall into him. Head ripped off. Chopper with the bomb.
ああ、うまいね、今のオーバーピーク。
And if Chopper's going to get his flag for how Nuke T-side sometimes look for this Spirit squad, my God, does he deserve his props. This is such a well-called CT half. It's another round where even though Mouse break through a gamble stack, 2 players in at the ramp room, there's a third, and it's Chopper. It's always him as that third piece.
And he showed up individually in this series in a massive way. He's won that pistol clutch on Ancient to start the comeback. He got an ace back on Mirage, albeit against Eco. He's been reliable, especially on CT sides in this grand final. It's always going to be about Donk. But Spirit trying to close the gap, trying to catch up with the world's best. And right now, just making a mockery of Mouse in this third map. Mouse have met their maker.
That's something that feels like it only builds to, add to the heartbreak for Mouse. They beat the team they could never get past. They had a ceiling imparted upon them by that Vitality squad.
3連続取ったから3連敗。あ、7連敗か。
But here, a familiar foe. And one of the first teams to rise up and beat this Spirit squad at the dawn of Donk.
Ooh.
What was supposed to be a more comfortable match has proven to be anything but for Maus.
Miscom for Donk. Is he ready? Has the gap been called? The player could be down B. No. Shiro missed that timing. And Exertion again finds that winning head-to-head. A head-to-head he's lost all series long, not on Nuke. And still, it's not been enough. If Maus have any hope to fight back in this final, they've got to finish on that.
You just have to convert one of these rounds where Exertion has gotten you the opener. It's not on just anyone either. It's not like he's found Sway on an overstep. He's dealt with Donk, the front man of Spirit. These are the rounds that you have to collect, but here's more of this aggression. Spirit double up on the ramp push. Zontix on this line, trying to wrestle for this control. Chopper on the backstab. Another round where Chopper's left as that third piece to rip it away. And Maus might have ground down on B, but with that bomb lost back in the lobby, this is a recovery mission.
いや、いいとこいるな。木箱のとこ
いや、嫌だね、この。見えないから前に詰めるけど。この箱ができてから、ムカつくね、こういうの。
強いね。
And you cannot again say that Maus haven't had a chance. That they haven't been in winning position, that they haven't had the advantage, that they haven't removed Donk
ファーストキル取れるには取ってんだけど。
And round after round, Spirit claw back.
取れるけどね。
Showing depth on this CT side.
チームスピリット側に食いつかれまくってんな。
Maus pick up pace. All behind the smokes, maybe even in front of them. They drop round the world. Donk puts it onto 6. Headshot immediately. Again, 4v5, but the trades come through fluidly. Chopper just swings out and again takes matters into his own hands. Torsi's orb, 2 kills.
That's a crazy wallbang.
まあ。
Might not get remembered.
C4 外か。
ああ、落ちたのか。
Continues to just slip out of their grasp in these rounds. The offense is clear. Brolin's looking for a solution. Once more, he's racking his brain trying to figure out where is the gap. If he goes up the vent, they could look to squeeze Zway in main. Got 2 angles to watch. It's a lot of responsibility for Spirit's rookie. Doesn't know which way to look. Right now, focused in on Jimmy. Takes the right fight, but Jimmy's gonna win it out. That bomb still dropped out in the yard.
How's the comm here? Where's Spirit gonna go?
気づいてないね。
Drops his gun to grab
まあ、
something
取って、
else. But he might meet them.
ヘブンからその入る。お。
Oh dear, grab that AK, buddy. 25 seconds. A slow clutch for Shiro.
すげえ噛み合わせ。
But they climb heaven. This one looks good.
ランプいったな。
You said 4 might be enough, and sure, this half hasn't filled you with confidence for Maus. But that 4th is on their plate.
Everything's building for this to be a Maus 4th round. 5 seconds left. Brolin just has to plug in the numbers. He's going to get there with a second to spare. And with this heaven post plant, Shiro running it up the ladder.
さあ4本です。
Maus, they get that fall. We pose the question, will that be enough? Will Spirit's rough T-sides make another appearance? Or are they going to lift that trophy here and now?
スピリット有利だな。
It's the best feeling watching him live out his dream.
Kita udah nunjukin kalau ladies itu juga tetap bisa bersaing di scene cowok.
It's this pressure that you have on you that if you don't win, you lose your job.
Welcome to the Esports World Cup. For the first time, Malaysia!
Nothing is granted, everything is earned.
Spirit have a point to prove. They started off this year with a blowout in a BO5 where they first matched up with that Vitality squad. Well, they're now looking for a run of their own here in Cologne. The second time of asking for this Team Spirit squad, and they're looking to deliver. Mao's left lagging behind. 4 rounds from their team side. It was 3 off the pistol, 1 in round 12.
すげえ。
It's not a lot to go off of. They don't have a lot of room. And Cologne waits for no one. Exertion has to have a real
Nice
start in
save.
this pistol. It's not a bad way to open. There's the support. Team Spirit denied.
言いたい。
まあまあまあまあ。
That's both pistols for Maus. No breath of fresh air in this second half.
No easy road.
ピストルは強えな。普通に。もうね。
For Maus again. The trickery of these T sides, but I want to see a more inspired Spirit today. I want to see a Spirit playing like the favorites in the final. Maus believe they have more to show.
おっと、フルエコだな。あ、プラントできてないのか。
In their attempt to do what no one has done before.
おお。
It's a long road to victory.
熱い。あれ一発で死んだ。ダメ。直撃食らってからダメージ食らったか。
どうだ。
Been a long time since Maus have felt like they've had a vulnerability, something to exploit. But this nuke has been shaky ground for Team Spirit to stand on. Looking like we might have a bit of a matchup out here in the yard with Torshi working that secret control. Donk roaming outside. Donk's Bane in exertion, back at the garage. Oh, and Torshi's been spotted. Is that a fight you want to try again? Is that a peak you feel like going back to? It's not for Torshi. Chunks Donk on the spam. I feel like that's how a lot of Donk's rounds end on this T-side of nuke. He gets so wounded in the cross, but this time he will survive.
Shiro aggressive. He got the spot though. Torshi sees a lineup and Donk shoots him through the corner. Shiro's position known by Mouse, but can they stop him? That's a different question. Shiro shows an answer, a resounding no. Donk follows up and Spinks is too
マジで破
far
壊
from
する
this
な。
one.
愛してるね。
A decisive T-side gun round puts Spirit that one step closer.
And it immediately sets a tone. This is not the Spirit from those semifinals. This is a Spirit feeling well drilled, decisive in their action. Looking for a swift win in this BO5. They remove everything from play.
Mouse get another buy. Another chance.
頭2発ぐらい入れてんな。
2回入れてん
They're running out of chances. So playing for all to see the Spirit powering towards the finish line.
2 in a row tease them up for the trophy. That Trinity oh so elusive. Even some of the world's best couldn't take it. FaZe found it in a year. Vitality, it took them 2. Na'Vi at their peak. Fnatic all the way back. But this Spirit
強いな。
refuses to die.
Zertian really juggling plates out here in the yard. He's got a lot of responsibility, and he can't stop them spilling down through his corporate. Can't survive with Zway hunting him off the top of main roof. Zway finding his footing now in this final as well. That might spell disaster for Mouse. There's nothing holding
これきついな。打ち勝てんな。
Shiro playing so confident in these couple of T-side rounds, and that could be the difference maker here for Team Spirit. As
あそこ白持ってけたらまだワンチャンあったけど。
ねえ。
Shiro storms into B
手すりに持ってかれたな。
and sends Mouse out with nothing to show for this CT side. An aggressive Shiro right when Spirit need him. And Mouse get broken up against double digits. It feels like it's meant to be. The rookie's way on his first big stage. Unnerved. Doing his job. It's not pretty always, but it's enough.
Hero gun on Brolin. Test at ramp. Pistols will answer for the first, but there's the uppercut from Donk, the crushing, killing blow. This hero gun might be in the right place, but all it means is death for Brolin.
And Donk is that record holder, highest MVP rating for Katowice, highest MVP rating for a major. He looks to add Cologne to that stacked list.
Yeah, this was the one trophy that ever eluded Donk. It was his second time of asking here, making it into the Langsers. A last place elimination at Cologne last year. That was after picking up the trophy in Katowice, securing a Shanghai major.
This one's meant to take years.
No one knows that better than Spirit's opponent. These guys have been on the grind for the longest time, having to overcome the woes that come with stage Counter-Strike, and in beating Vitality, this was supposed to be the time for Mouse. Instead, it's all been about Spirit here in this final. Donk will get bested, but there's more heads on the beast. This dragon's growing them back.
いいタイミング。
Continuing to lob them off, but there's a limit. Down to this
1-1
1v1 now.
C4 ドロップ。
さあ、ドアベにいたやつ。お、ダブルチョッパー。
It's all chopper.
本当だ。お、
Championship point. Teams
読んでるね。
back to their winning ways.
And Chopper has been
これストレートあるぞ。
for Team Spirit in this final. Put him in a 1v1, a 1v2, feels like he's favored. Spirit feel like they have all the time in the world now to secure this elusive title in Cologne.
And I love the pacing. This T-side is beautiful. It's nothing that we saw in the group stage and that match against Na'Vi from Team Spirit. It is quick, it is explosive. They are storming our ramp. They are hitting this
ちょうどクレーリングしたか。
trading fast. Shifting nowhere.
Let's go now, guys. Round by round. Give it all. Give it all, boys. Every round, we give it all.
Can Mouse keep their cool and find their 6 in a row?
めちゃめちゃきつい。
早め行くよね。武器差あるし。
あー、これはもう外はもう T 取ったな、これ。となるともうきついね。
Sway their rookie embodies that in this final round. Spirit become demons. They've entered their final form. And they're letting the game do the talking. They're letting the silence add the stress. In Mouse's mind, these next 50 seconds spent coming to terms. The fact that this victory in Cologne is not theirs. They have been but an instrument of Team Spirit on their path to greatness.
And Donk loves to silence the crowd. He
これ
shut
で
the
もう一
spot
人
eight
やられたら
down.
もう終わりだな。
He doesn't care what the Lanxess
で
wants.
も寄れてるよ。
Mao's home heroes sent exactly there. Team Spirit 20 seconds to make it a reality.
やりきれない。
きつい。
おお、やりきった。だが
けど、お、1-1。
あるで。
ああ。圧勝ですね。チョッパーあんだけキルすりゃ勝つか。
To the major next in Shanghai, and now the chalice completes that trinity. The final jewel.
結局ストレート圧勝か。
いやー強いね。
普通に強い。はあ。
They may have beat their most formidable foe, their biggest demon, so they thought. a streak of vitality. Mouse smashed them in the semi-final, but they weren't ready for the glory. They weren't ready to take down Spirit. Another Intel Extreme Masters 3-0 victory on the biggest of stages for Team Spirit.
And as Sway takes his steps down the
2日後にもうブラストンの。
早っ。
早っ。
In his debut tournament with Team Spirit, he walks the same path that Donk did that year ago in Katowice. The dark cloud of Donk dominance descends upon the world of Counter-Strike again. A player who stands in a category of his own making, the likes of which the world has never seen. Ladies and gentlemen, your IEM champions, it's Team Spirit!
まあ強えな。スピリット T が強え。CK も強いけど。
爪強いね。
Shiro, first up, are you okay? That thing's heavy.
Yeah, it's so crazy going to up for me.
Did you think about lifting it before? Because it seemed like you were a little caught off guard with how heavy it was.
Yeah, but I don't know what you say. We just win Cologne. It's one more achievement for me in career. It's so nice game for us and first tier 1 champion for Zvey.
Yes, I saw you in the booth. You were looking around. Tell me about the experience of playing here in this unbelievable arena.
I like Lanxess Arena. I playing 2 times Swiss and second time I win Köln. It's so crazy. Thank you guys who supporting us today. Thank you guys. I love you.
Chopper, I'll just go over to you for a second. You seem so energetic today. It means so much to you. Can you tell me in your own words why this one is so special?
Yes, of course, because it's major tournament for one of the biggest arena in the world. Good supports from everyone there. Thank you for cheering us. It's really important for me because it's nice. Thank you all team, thank you organization. A lot of people work and help us. Thank you everyone.
Do you want to say something about your team and about your newest addition in Zway and about the fact that he played really, really well on such a big stage?
Oh, my teammates is amazing. I don't know, I play with best player in the world, best sniper, one of the best players. I don't know. It's amazing to play with this team, and also our coach, it's Beast. It's 0.5% of our team. He do a lot of work. I think it's amazing to win.
早いな。3時間で終わったか。まあ、いい時間か。
タコザし寝ますか。
寝ますか。寝ましょ
う。おい、じゃあお疲れっす。
お疲れ様っす。いやはや。いやはや、スピリット勝ったな。寝るか。寝よう。ではお疲れさんです。